Hello everyone, welcome back to my astrology channel. This is Aparna, your astrologer. Now today I will be talking about the August 2022 monthly forecast, monthly astrology forecast. So I'm going to just discuss the energy, general energy, and then after that I'll go in detail for each of the 12 zodiac sign. So in the month of August 2022, energies are shifting. The planets are changing signs. Mercury, Venus, Mars, they all will be shifting signs. Also, there will be a full moon in the sign of Aquarius and a new moon in the sign of Virgo. Besides that, Sun will be changing signs from the sign of Leo to Virgo on the 21st of August. So there is a shift from Leo energy to Virgo energy. Now, the first 3 weeks of August, it's all about Leo energy. So, it's all about focusing on what's in our heart, what we desire, what makes us happy, focused on self expression, creative expression, and just having a good time. Now, when the energy shifts to Virgo energy, especially when the sun moves in the sign of Virgo, it's going to be a lot about organizing our lives to become more stress free, basically. So, do focus on your value system, on what makes you happy, and your productivity and organizing your life in the month of August. Now, Mercury will be moving in the sign of Virgo straight in the first week. So, already there's going to be Virgo emphasis because our mind, our thinking is focused on Virgo energy. So, definitely, it's going to be a lot about organizing right from the start. But we are still focused on what makes us happy as well. So, we are organizing our lives in the month of August, but also thinking about what brings joy in our life. Now, Venus will be changing sign as well on the 11th of August from the sign of Cancer to the sign of Leo. So, from nurturing energy of Venus in Cancer, we are moving to a little bit more grander, more generous energy of Venus in Leo. Now, Mars will also be moving sign on the 20th of August. So, we are moving from a more Taurus energy, Mars in Taurus energy, to Mars in Gemini energy. Now, Mars in Taurus is very productive, it's very focused, it's very determined. It may be a little bit passive and defensive, but in the sign of Gemini, it's very flexible, very versatile, though it may be less determined here and less focused. So, from a focused Mars, we are moving to a more flexible Mars in the month of August on 20th of August. Now, towards the end of the month, Mercury will also change sign again because Mercury is in one particular sign for 3 weeks. So, on the 25th of August, Mercury enters Libra. Now, Mercury in Libra is focused on seeing both the sides. So, from moving from Virgo, where it's analyzing, it's moving to being a little bit more diplomatic in its connections and communication. Now, on the 11th of August, there's a full moon in the sign of Aquarius. So this is very individualistic focus because the sun is opposite it and it's in the sign of Leo. So it's all about Leo and Aquarius dynamic. So what makes us special and what is our contribution in a collective environment? So it's going to be a lot about collaboration and also satisfying our ego self in terms of self-expression, creative expression. Now, right at the end of the month on the 27th of August, there is a new moon in the sign of Virgo. Now, moon and sun both are together in the same sign when the new moon occurs. So, a new moon in Virgo is all about starting to organize your life like a Virgo would do. So, we are focused on analyzing, organizing, structuring, and having monthly goals and focused goals so that we can make our life more organized and less stress free going forward. So these are some of the August 2022 energy. I will be discussing a lot more. There are many other transits and aspects occurring in this month. So I'm going to discuss all of them in detail for each of the 12 zodiac signs. So let's begin. Aries. For you in the month of August 2022, there's going to be a lot of focus on your money matters, on your value system, on your work and health matters, and your need to express creatively, affectionately, and do what you enjoy, what delights you, what pleases your heart, Aries. Now, the month of August begins with a conjunction between Mars and Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your second house. So, this is on the 1st of August itself. Now, the energy is there in the month of July as well, in the last few days of July and the first week of August. But this conjunction, exact conjunction, occurs on the 1st of August. Now, this energy is in your second house. Now, when Mars and Uranus conjuncts together, there's a strong urge to break free out of any kind of limiting situation in our lives. So for you, Aries, it is in your financial house. So you will definitely have this need to change or bring some kind of energy in your financial matter. You want some growth in your finances, and you're definitely feeling very enthusiastic to bring this growth. Now, just be careful of not being reckless and taking risk that is not a thought over. So do have a financial plan, a financial strategy, how to handle your money matters, especially in the first half of the month of August, because there may be challenging situation for your money matters in the first 10 days of August, Aries. Now, on the 2nd of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer in your fourth house will be sextiling Mars in the sign of Taurus in your second house. Now, Venus and Mars is a yin and yang energy. So this transit is considered the best transit for romance, for socializing, for showing affection, for giving and receiving love. So this is a great time to, just be a little bit more affectionate or more connected and bond more with your family members during this time. And you will be more confident, more assertive, more desirous as well to have a good time, especially when it comes to socializing, spending time with your loved ones, and just engaging more in your family life, Aries. Now, on the 4th of August, Mercury will be shifting to the sign of Virgo. Now, it was in the sign of Leo, but on the 4th of August, it moves in the sign of Virgo. Now, Virgo is your sixth house of work and health matters, your daily routine, your daily structures, what you do on a daily basis, your productivity level, and all that. So, when Mercury moves in the sign of Virgo, where it is exalted, it's in a very good position. You become more practical, more productive, you're more detail oriented during this time. You want to analyze your situation, your work situation, your any health concerns that you may have, or just structuring your daily life. So you're definitely very focused on the practical matters of life during this time, because you want to organize your life, you want to have goals, work goals, health goals, whatever that might be. So all these things are definitely on your mind, and you're mentally focused on precisions, on details, and productivity during this time, Aries. Now, on the 7th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your second house will square Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in your 11th house. So that's your second house of money matters and 11th house of your social circle combining together. Now, Mars connecting with Saturn in a challenging aspect, square is a challenging aspect. This can bring frustration in your life, because you have desires, you have ambitions, you have goals regarding your money matters, but you may not be able to express this, especially when it comes to working together in a group, collaborating in a group, or any kind of group activity. So whatever you want to achieve financially, or even your value system, not just your money matters, it's how you value what you value. And if you're working in a group environment, this can lead to difficulty in expressing, and hence difficulty in pursuing your goals. So you may be a bit resistant during this time as well, because you're not able to express what is in your heart, Aries. And this can be especially when it comes to authority figures or senior. So if you're working in an organization, you may not be able to express fully regarding a group project or your contribution in a group during this time. So this energy is there in the first week, and it can restrict your ambition, just what you want to achieve during this month. So just be mindful of this energy. Now, in the second week of August, on the 9th of August, Venus will be opposing Pluto. So your 4th house and 10th house energies are opposing. Now, Venus is in the sign of Cancer in your 4th house, and Pluto is in the sign of Capricorn in your 10th house. So that's your home and career matters. So there is an opposition right here. Now, Venus connecting with Pluto in an opposition can bring intense pressure within your close relationship. There can be power struggle, power issues, power plays during this time, and also some kind of a feeling of being threatened or controlled during this time. So just be mindful of any kind of manipulative or over the top kind of situation, whether it's in your close relationship or even with authority figure on the 9th of August. Now, on the 11th of August, Venus will enter the sign of Leo. Now, Leo is a fellow fire sign, Aries, so this energy is a little bit more harmonious with your energy. Now, this is in your 5th house. So Leo is your 5th house, Aries. Now, when Venus enters Leo from the sign of Cancer, Cancer is a more nurturing kind of energy, and Leo is a little bit more extravagant, more showy and more generous kind of energy. So here definitely the way you express your love, the way you come across, more extravagant. You probably need more validation, more acknowledgement externally during this time. So definitely you are also very warm, very affectionate, very expressive, very proud of the way you connect. So all this energy is in your fifth house of self-expression, of love and romance and children. So this is good time to have some kind of good energy flowing, Venus energy in your love life, or with connecting with your children, or just expressing creatively as well, doing what makes you happy, what you're passionate about, whether it's fun activities or creative projects or solo pursuits, whatever that might be, Aries. This is a good time to pursue these energies. Now, on the same day, there's a full moon in the sign of Aquarius in your 11th house, in the house of your group projects and social life. So, with full moon in the sign of Aquarius, Sun is in the sign of Leo in your fifth house. So, it's going to be a lot about balancing your fifth house and 11th house energy. Now, fifth house is about expression, self expression, it's about your contribution. And 11th house is all about being part of a group, being part of a collective, your contribution in a group, and not necessarily feeling the need to stand out. It's all about fitting in. So, a full moon in 11th house will bring some kind of understanding, clarity regarding your place in the crowd, regarding your place in a group work, collaboration, organization. So, here you're definitely connecting with the group. You have more of a teamwork, community kind of mindset during this time, and you're not so much focused on your own self or your own expression, especially in the second week of August. Now, the same day, Mars in Taurus will sextile Neptune in the sign of Pisces. So that's your second house and 12th house energy, because Neptune is in your 12th house and Mars is in your second house. Now, Mars sextiling Neptune increases your desires. It is a very idealistic time for romance, for love, for your ambitions, goals, and all that. So, this can attract you to a love relationship or a soul connection, or can lead to spiritual development as well. So, it's a very good energy to go within, to reevaluate your life direction, what you're doing, what you want to achieve going forward. This is a very sensitive, very healing, very imaginative, very creative time, Aries. Now, on the 14th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your second house will trine Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 10th house. Now, this week onwards, especially after the full moon in Aquarius, your money situation starts to improve, especially in the third week. So, from the middle of the month, the financial situation does start to improve for you, Aries. So on the 14th of August, when Mars trines Pluto, you're becoming more powerful, more goal-oriented, more ambitious during this time. So this is a great time to really assert whatever you desire, to take direct action to make things happen. Now, Mars and Pluto is both very powerful energy, but it is a trine aspect. So your need to achieve your goals is not intimidating to others. It's non-threatening. So you are definitely in the spirit of cooperation during this time. You're very powerful. You want to achieve your goals, but in a cooperative way. So this Mars and Pluto will give you leadership qualities, Aries. Now, on the 16th of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your sixth house will trine Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your second house. So, Virgo and Taurus both are earth energy, and Mercury and Uranus is connected to your mind, your mental energy. So, when Mercury in Virgo, which is an exaltation, connects with Uranus in Taurus, your mind is open to new possibilities. You're open to exciting new ideas. Exciting news may come your way during this time, or some exciting event may happen, or just within yourself, maybe you will awaken yourself to something exciting, some maybe a chance new encounter, or new ideas, whatever that might be. You're definitely very much interested in bringing a change and a sense of freedom and organization as well, where your job, money matters, your health, and all that is concerned. Now, this is the third week energy, Aries. Now, on the 18th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo will trine Jupiter in the sign of Aries. So, Venus in Leo is your fifth house, and Jupiter is in your sign of Aries. So, fifth house and first house energy combining together is a great transit, is a great aspect, because this will bring optimism, cheerfulness, more affection. You're more relaxed, more expressive as well during this time, because Venus and Jupiter both are beneficial energy and they are in the fire signs in Leo and Aries. So it's very outwardly expressed joyfulness and optimism. So you're definitely very feeling warm, less stressful in relationship, and you're very hopeful as well. So you want adventure and you're more relaxed as well during this time, Aries. Now on the 20th of August, Mars enters the sign of Gemini. Now Gemini is your third house, so it's a house of your communication. Now Mars in Gemini, now Mars was in the sign of Taurus, where it was more focused and more determined, but a bit passive. In the sign of Gemini, it's definitely very active, very versatile, very flexible, but it is less focused. Now, from a focused mindset of Taurus, it has moved to a less focused mindset of Gemini, but it is more active as it was in the sign of Taurus. Now, here you may have many ideas, many interest, Aries. So it's very important to try to be a little bit more focused. Now, Mars is in the sign of Gemini, so you may feel very excited about many things, many ideas, and that may make you feel scattered and ineffective during this time. But then again, Mercury is in the sign of Virgo, which is a very exalted position, so so that can help you channel your energy a little bit better. But with this Mars in Gemini, definitely there's a need to focus more, because you will feel scattered. You will feel the need to be more versatile, more flexible. You may be fickle minded as well during this time. So, being focused may be a difficulty during this time, especially from the 20th of August, Aries. Now, on the 21st of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your sixth house will oppose Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your 12th house. So, it's a sixth house and 12th house axis, which is the axis of service. Now, Mercury opposing Neptune can give you some kind of mental confusion, delusion, and there may be issues in relationship because of miscommunication or misunderstanding. Because Mercury is all about communication, it's about connection. And in opposition to Neptune, it can create confusion because your perception of reality during this time may be unclear, may be misunderstood, because this Neptune can cause an inability to see things clearly, basically. So it's very important to be a little bit more patient during this time. And any useless information, any matters that is not useful to you during this time, just try to get past those energies and don't get confused by those information. Now on the 22nd of August, Sun will enter the sign of Virgo, and also Mercury will make a trine aspect with Pluto. Now as Sun enters the sign of Virgo in your sixth house, this is the best time to organize your life and free yourself, become less stressful, improve your communication, be more detail oriented, be more focused during this time, especially where your work and health matters are concerned, because Sun in your sixth house is going to bring a lot of focus on your work and health matters. So there's going to be a lot of practical concern regarding your daily life, Aries. Now on the very same day, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your sixth house will trine Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 10th house. So this is your work and career houses connecting. Now Mercury trining Pluto is a very favorable aspect, and this can really charge your brain very powerfully because you are very persuasive during this time. Your speech is very powerful, very persuasive. You are good at negotiating, you're good at talking with other people, persuading other people. So this is a good time to really express yourself in your job, in your work, in your career matters, with your authority figure, whoever that is. So this is a good time to ask for favors and influence people, Aries. Now on the 24th of August, Uranus is going to turn retrograde in your second house in the sign of Taurus. Now Uranus will be retrograde until January 2023. So from the end of August 2022 until end of January 2023, Uranus will be in a retrograde motion. Now, Uranus is focused on our need for freedom, our need for independence, our need to do things differently. Now, in the second house, you may feel a little bit off balance where these energies are concerned. So, your need for freedom, independence in your money matters may be affected during these months. So, it's a good time to explore and go within for answers in terms of how you can organize yourself to have better financial future. So there's a need to organize your money matters, your financials during this time, so that when it does go direct in January 2023, you'll be able to explore new opportunities, new horizons where your financial matters are concerned, Aries. Now, on the 25th of August, Mercury will shift from the sign of Virgo to the sign of Libra in your seventh house, in your opposite sign. So Mercury in Libra is definitely very diplomatic and very friendly. It wants to see both sides of the situation. So with this energy in your seventh house, you will have a little bit more rational approach to your one-to-one interactions, one-to-one relationship, your committed partners, business partner, all that. So you're definitely improving your negotiation skills during this time, and that's what you're thinking about during this time. You're willing to accommodate other people's opinion as well. Now, on the 27th of August, there's a new moon in the sign of Virgo in your sixth house. Now, new moon in the sign of Virgo is a great time to begin something new in your sixth house matter, which is your work, health, and just your daily routine. So here you will be able to make goals, time-based monthly goals to attain, to achieve your whatever future you want in terms of your work and health matters. So if you got a health regime or a routine, diet plan of whatever you want to put in motion, this is a great time to plant those seeds. Now, the very same day as the new moon, Venus in the sign of Leo will square Uranus in the sign of Taurus. So that's your fifth house and second house energies are squaring. Now, when Venus connects with Uranus in a square aspect, which is a challenging aspect, there can be challenges in your love relationship because of unexpected information, news, events, external energies can cause some kind of instability in your relationship, and this can also be due to your own need for freedom and excitement as well. So just be mindful of this energy in your love relationship, and this can come basically because you're not able to maybe express yourself what you want, because you may be feeling confined as well, less independent during this time where relationship is concerned. You want to do things, you want to have your goals, you want to go and achieve your goals, but maybe you're unable to do that, and that can cause this instability. Now, to end the month, on the 28th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo in your fifth house will oppose Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in 11th house. So again, Venus is getting challenged. So it was Uranus first and then it's Saturn now. Now, Saturn can bring a sense of loneliness and delays in relationship. So you may not be interested in socializing during this time. And so just be mindful, if you think you need to take a break, you want alone time, do take that break so that you don't come off harshly on your relationship or on people around you. So just be mindful of this energy because it can lead to some kind of sadness, because you may feel pressurized within your relationship or loved ones, because Saturn is in your 11th house. So due to your social circle, close ties, friend circle, collaborators, maybe some kind of pressure from them may make you feel unappreciated, Aries. So this was the August 2022 monthly forecast for you, Aries. Thank you. Taurus, for you in the month of August 2022, there's going to be a lot of emphasis on yourself, your self-image, your creative expression, your self-expression, and your home and family life. So the month of August 2022 begins with a conjunction between Mars and Uranus in your sign, in your house, in the sign of Taurus on the 1st of August. Now, Mars conjunct Uranus energy is a lot about breaking free out of limiting situations in our life. So when it occurs in your first house, Taurus, it's going to be a lot focused on the way you perceive, way you project yourself. So you want to break free from any limiting situation or limiting perception about you in the external world. So you definitely are looking for some kind of change, excitement, or maybe you want to reinvent yourself during this time in terms of the way you look, your mannerism, the way you communicate, the way you come across, and all that. So just be mindful of not taking risk or being reckless regarding your looks. If you want to change your hairstyle, go ahead and do that. But just be mindful that this energy can cause recklessness and all that. So if you're focused on your priorities, on your life path, you definitely will feel very passionate, very excited during this time. Now, on the 2nd of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer will sextile Mars in the sign of Taurus in your first house. So Cancer is your third house. Venus is in Cancer in your third house. So third house and fifth house energies are sextiling during this time. Now, Venus and Mars are the yin and yang energy. So this sextile aspect is very good for affection, for showing love, for romance, for socializing, for being more confident, more assertive regarding your desires, and even going after your goals and ambitions, going after what you desire, Taurus. Now, these two planetary energies are connecting your third and first house experiences. So how you communicate, how you connect, especially with your close ties in your daily environment, and the way you assert yourself, the way you project yourself is very harmoniously aligned during this time. Now, on the 4th of August, Mercury is going to enter the sign of Virgo. Now, it was in the sign of Leo, but on the 4th of August, it moves in your 5th house in the sign of Virgo. Now, Mercury in the sign of Virgo is in its exaltation, so it's a very good position. So this is a great time to analyze and decide what is useful for you, what is practical for you, and be more assertive, more practical, more detail oriented, more focused, more precise during this time. So the way you express yourself, the way you come across, even passion projects, solo projects, and even in love and romance, and if you have children. So all these matters will be on your mind during this time. And you definitely want to be a bit more useful in these energies, especially when connecting with loved ones or expressing yourself creatively. So you want to produce a work that is practical, useful, and detail oriented, something that is really a perfect kind of work. That's what you're focused on. So just be careful of not losing perspective during this time. But Mercury in Virgo in your 5th house is a very good time to, express yourself, analyze your situation, and decide what you want going forward, Taurus. Now, on the 7th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your first house will square Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in your 10th house. Now, when Mars and Saturn forms a square aspect, which is a challenging aspect, there may be frustration because you're unable to express your desires, your passions, your goals. You're unable to work on these energies because Mars is all about taking action. It's about moving forward, but it is in the sign of Taurus, so it's a little bit passive energy here. And Saturn is also putting a sort of limitation on this Mars energy because it is a square aspect. So there's a need to channel your energy a bit constructively during this time. Now, it is your first house and 10th house energy. So your career matters, dealing with authority figure and projecting yourself. All these may lead to frustration during this time because you may find it harder to express what you want in terms of your career, the kind of career growth you want, goals and ambition, whatever that might be. You may feel challenged by the authority figure, or you may be unable to express yourself, thus restricting your ambitions and your sense of achievement, whatever you want to achieve during this time, Taurus. Now, on the 9th of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer in your third house will oppose Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 9th house. Now, third and 9th house energy is all about your mind, your perception, your thinking, communication, connection, exploration, adventure, and all that. So when Venus connects with Pluto in an opposition, there may be intense pressure in your close environment, within your close relationship, and you may feel a bit manipulated, or there may be relationship drama during this time because Pluto is this powerful, intense energy in your 9th house, which is all about your perception, your perspective, and you are going through a transformation in your perspective, Taurus, already. Now, connecting with Venus in an opposition in your third house of your opinion and thinking, this can definitely lead to an intense pressure in terms of what you're thinking, what your perception is, how do you grasp a situation, how you communicate, how you connect with people. There may be some kind of manipulation or power plays going on during this time. So just be mindful of that energy. on the 9th of August. Now on the 11th of August, Venus will enter the sign of Leo in your fourth house. Now Venus was in the sign of Cancer where it's more nurturing. Now moving in the sign of Leo, it's a little bit more generous, more expressive, more warm, and more appreciative and more proud during this time. So Venus in your fourth house of home and family matters, you're definitely feeling the need to give attention or receive attention during this time, especially with your home and family life, especially family members, your people you live with. So there may be a need of attention or validation or affection from them towards you. So you will be very much invested in your home life and with your family members during this time, Taurus. Now on the same day, there's a full moon occurring in your 10th house in the sign of Aquarius. So with full moon in your 10th house, the sun is going to be in the opposite sign in your fourth house. So the career and home axis are activated during this full moon. Now with a full moon in Aquarius, it's going to be a lot about focusing on what are your desires, what do you want from life, and compare it with what others have to say and what you're contributing, within a bigger picture. So during this time, your career matters may come to light. There may be more understanding, more clarity regarding your career matters, how to move forward during this time. Now, something may come to realization as well during this time that will help you make future career strategy moving forward and balancing it with your home life, Taurus. Now, on the same day, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your first house will sextile Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your 11th house. So that's your first house and 11th house energies are sextiling. Now, when Mars connects with Neptune in a sextile aspect, this increases your attractiveness. You are more sensitive as well. You're more compassionate. And during this time, your desires are a little bit more idealistic, especially when it comes to love, romance, or attracting people, or even your spiritual development during this time. This aspect can also connect you with your soulmate, your soul connection, or your soul tribe during this time, because it is in your 11th house. So 11th house is about your social circle. Neptune is in the 11th house. So your own self, the way you're projecting yourself, may attract like-minded people, especially people you want to connect with on a spiritual level, on a soul level. So this is a very good aspect, and you will be accommodating and sensitive to other people's needs and desires as well during this time, Taurus. Now on the 14th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your first house will trine Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 9th house. So when Mars and Pluto connects your first and 9th house, there is a surge of ambition. You're very goal oriented during this time. You're very assertive, very direct as well, because Mars is very direct in action, though it is in the sign of Taurus. So it's very focused and determined here. Mars is very determined in Taurus, and you are very much focused on your goals as well. Now, Pluto is going to bring this intensity and power in yourself during this time. Now, this power, it's not intimidating, it's not threatening. So you are definitely achieving your goals through cooperation with other people. You have a leadership-like qualities during this time when you're connecting with people during this time, because your perspective, how you see things and how you see yourself, Taurus, is changing, is transforming. Now on the 16th of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo will trine Uranus in the sign of Taurus. So that's your 5th house Virgo and 1st house Taurus energy combining in a very harmonious aspect. Now Mercury and Uranus both represents our mental prowess, our mental capacity. So here it will open you to new possibility. You're definitely interested in exciting ideas, new ideas. You want to connect with people who are exciting, more stimulating, more mentally stimulating. You're definitely looking for new experiences, new friends as well, new adventure as well during this time. And with the 5th and 1st house energies coming, this is going to be a lot about what you desire, what brings joy to you. It can be love, romance, it can be your children, it can be your self-expression, creative expression, and also your sense of self, how you're projecting yourself. So this is a very good energy to think outside the box in terms of how you express yourself and how you project yourself, Taurus. Now on the 18th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo will trine Jupiter in the sign of Aries. So that's your 4th house trining with 12th house energy. The 4th house, where Venus is your home matters, and 12th house is related to past patterns and your subconscious self, your spiritual side. Now Venus and Jupiter both are very beneficial energies, and in the fire signs of Leo and Aries, they are very outwardly expressive. So this aspect will bring you optimism, cheerfulness, attractiveness. You're definitely very affectionate, very expressive during this time. You are very welcoming of other people as well. And all this is in your home life, and you need to rejuvenate and take a break as well, because your 12th house energy is there as well. So you are definitely re-evaluating your life direction with Jupiter in your 12th house and connecting with your 4th house. This is the time when you're less stressful, where relationships are concerned, where your home environment is concerned. You're more relaxed and stress free during this time. Now, on the 20th of August, Mars will enter the sign of Gemini in your second house of your financial matters and your value system. Now, Mars was in the sign of Taurus the first 20 days of August. So it was very determined, very focused, but also very passive. Now, when it enters Gemini, it's going to be a bit more versatile, more flexible. So the way you take action, especially when it comes to your money matters, Taurus, you will be thinking different ideas, different interests you might have to make money. So you must have got different plans how you can increase your finances, what you can do to earn more money. Just be mindful that Mars in Gemini has a tendency to be less determined and less focused, because it has got so many ideas, it may feel ineffective and scattered during this time. So just be mindful of this energy, because you do want to focus and you want to bring this flexible energy where your finances are concerned, because you want to have multiple streams of income. But just try to narrow it down to a few ideas and work on those plans going forward, Taurus. Now, on the 21st of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your 5th house will oppose Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your 11th house. So that's your 5th house and 11th house energies are opposing. So that's your self-expression, your own self, your creative expression, and your contribution in a collective environment or a group environment. Now, when Mercury, which is in a good position in Virgo, connects with Neptune in Pisces, there can be mental confusion, delusion, or problems within your social circle due to miscommunication or misunderstanding. Because what you are imagining, what you are idealizing during this time, where your group project or coming together to work is concerned, may be clouded during this time, and you may not understand what other people want or what you want during this time. So there can be some confusion during this time. So just be focused a little bit more and ignore anything that is not useful in order to make a more concrete decision going forward where your projects, group projects, creative projects are concerned. Now, on the 22nd of August, Sun will enter the sign of Virgo and Mercury will aspect Pluto as well. So as Sun enters the sign of Virgo in your 5th house, which is about your self-expression and creative expression and personal projects, solo projects, you may become a more organized, more focused where your own self-expression is concerned. So there may have been some kind of confusion where your communication is concerned, but with Sun moving in the sign of Virgo, there's going to be a lot of focus on the way you express yourself, especially creatively. Now, on the same day, Mercury will be trining Pluto, so your 5th house and 9th house energy will be combining. Now, when Mercury connects with Pluto, it's a very powerful aspect. So you are definitely more powerful where your communication is concerned, and you're more influential and impactful as well. So you can really influence other people. So this is a great time to ask for favors, especially within your close ties or even in your professional setup. So this is definitely a good time to communicate what you want, express your ideas, and you will come across very persuasive and impressive as well, Taurus. Now, on the 24th of August, Uranus is going to turn retrograde in your 1st house. Now, when Uranus turns retrograde, the sense of freedom and independence that you're seeking within yourself, that can turn inward. You can feel a bit unbalanced during this time, especially in the way you want to assert yourself, free yourself, project yourself in a more independent, more quirky way. So if you have the desire to reinvent yourself during this time, this Uranus retrograde can throw things off balance. So just use this time to plan yourself what you want and just work upon yourself going forward, so that when it does turn direct in January 2023, you can explore new ideas and new horizons and new ways of expressing yourself going forward, Taurus. Now, on the 25th of August, Mercury will enter the sign of Libra in your sixth house. Now, Mercury in sixth house is very organized, it's very analytical, and very much interested in practical things. Now, it is in the sign of Libra, so this will help you take a rational approach when it comes to relationship. So you can have a more sensible conversation, you will be more friendly, more diplomatic, and your communication skills, the way you communicate, the way you negotiate, all these skills will improve, and this will help you within your work environment, with your colleague, people you work with on daily basis. So this is a good aspect with Mercury in Libra, to accommodate other people's opinion and really focus on fair treatment during this time, Taurus. Now, on the 27th of August, there's a new moon in the sign of Virgo, and which is your fifth house. Now, new moon is all about fresh start, new beginning. And in your fifth house, it's going to be a lot about your self-expression, your creative project, your solo project, your passion projects, and all that. So here there's a need to be more focused, create monthly goals. If you want to achieve your goals and ambition, and whatever you want to achieve going forward, there's a need to be more focused, more detail oriented, more productive during this time. And this new moon is an opportunity to adopt that kind of approach going forward, Taurus. Now, on the 27th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo will square Uranus in the sign of Taurus. So that is your fourth house and first house energy squaring. Now, when Venus and Uranus connects in a challenging aspect, there can be some sort of instability in relationship, and it is connecting your first and fourth house. So there may be some kind of unexpected situation in home life that can throw you off balance, or that can create a sense of instability or impatience in your home life, in your home matters. So you may be seeking some kind of excitement or some kind of freedom in your home life or within yourself, the way you project yourself, and this may not sit well with people around you, and that can lead to impatience and instability. So just be mindful of this kind of energy, because you may feel confined during this time, because especially you want to express yourself freely, and you may not be able to do that during this time in the last week of August. Now, to end the month, on the 28th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo in your fourth house will oppose Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in your 10th house. Now, Venus is really being challenged in the last week in your fourth house. It was challenged by Uranus and now by Saturn in an opposition in your 10th house. So your career matters is affecting your relationship and home matters during this time. So you may not be able to express yourself fully what you want during this time, and you may feel a sense of sadness or loneliness. So it's very important to take your time. If you need to take your time, take a break, and recoup yourself, to recharge your batteries and make more sensible decision after giving it a deeper thought, then that's the best way forward, because there is definitely a need to balance your career matters, your external self, with your private life, your home life during this time, Taurus. So Taurus, this was your August 2022 astrological forecast. Thank you. Geminis, for you in the month of August 2022, there's going to be a lot of focus on the way you communicate, the way you connect, your thinking process, your subconscious self, your subconscious pattern, your past pattern, and also your home and family life. So the month of August begins with a Mars-Uranus conjunction on the 1st of August in the sign of Taurus. Now, Taurus is your 12th house, Geminis. So this conjunction occurs in your 12th house of subconscious pattern, past pattern, your own spiritual size, your personal development, and all that. So when Mars conjuncts with Uranus, there's an urge to break out of any kind of limiting situations in our lives. So in your 12th house, you're breaking out of any subconscious pattern, any limiting old patterns, past habits, past situations, past people, past relationship, past job, career, any of these. So anything that is limiting you, especially subconsciously, emotionally, is what you're releasing during this time. Just be mindful that Mars Uranus conjunction can also lead to recklessness and lack of self control. So, with this energy, Geminis, there's definitely a need for change and excitement in the way you look at your self development, your well being, your life direction, and all that. But just be mindful of not missing the opportunity for spiritual growth due to recklessness. Now, on the 2nd of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer in your second house will sextile Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 12th house. So your second house and 12th house energies are combining in a very positive, harmonious aspect. Now, this gives you the energy to chase your desires, and this is in your money matters. So, whatever goals and ambitions that you have in your money matters, in your value system, that's what you're chasing during this time. You're very confident and very assertive as well in the way you chase your financial matters, your financial well-being, organizing your finances, having a financial strategy. So you're definitely focused on setting goals regarding your financial matters going forward. Now, on the 4th of August, Mercury enters the sign of Virgo in your 4th house. Now, 4th house is your home and family matter, and Mercury in the sign of Virgo is in its exaltation. So it's a very good position. Now, when Mercury enters your 4th house, home and family matters are on your mind constantly. So you're definitely hoping to achieve as much as you can where your home matter is concerned, and this can be your emotional self or physical foundation, or if you're buying or selling house. So definitely you are analyzing and deciding all these matters during this time, and you are also taking a very practical approach, a very productive, precise kind of approach, very attention to detail and focused approach during this time, especially your family matters, your home matters, your emotional self, and if you're buying a real estate or property, in those matters as well. You're definitely very focused and you do not want to lose perspective during this time. Now, on the 7th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 12th house will square Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in your 9th house. So 12th house and 9th house energies are squaring. Now, square is a challenging aspect. So with Mars and Saturn squaring, it can give you frustration, especially because you're unable to express what you want. Any goals, ambitions that you have, it is harder to achieve those during this time. And this is just because there are restrictions to your ambition. And connecting your 12th and 9th house, this has to do with your perception, your spiritual advancement, connecting with people from distant land, adventure, life purpose, new perspective, and can also be traveling and learning needs. So there could be some kind of restriction to these ambitions during this time. Now, on the 9th of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer in your second house will be opposite Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 8th house. So this is the money axis. Second and 8th house is the money axis. And Venus and Capricorn opposing in these houses can bring intense pressure where your money matters are concerned. And also your relationship matters, because Venus represents your closest relationship. So here there can be some kind of financial drama or manipulation or power play where money matters are concerned, sharing wealth or coming together for mutual gain is concerned. So if you're collaborating or investing during this time, just be mindful of this in energy, because this can create pressure because of manipulation. Now, on the 11th of August, Venus is going to enter the sign of Leo in your 3rd house. Now, Venus was in the sign of Cancer, where it's very nurturing. And with Venus entering the sign of Leo now, it is more generous, warm, a little bit more extravagant, more grand, more attention seeking during this time. Your way of expressing love is going to be grand during this time. And it is in your 3rd house of communication. So your communication style as you connect and socialize with people will be very expressive, very warm, very outward focused. Your speech is going to be warm-hearted, loving, adoring, and even seeking external validation during this time. So the way you communicate and connect during this time, Geminis, you're definitely seeking to stand out. Now, on the 11th of August, there's a full moon as well in the sign of Aquarius in your 9th house. Now, 9th house is to do with your perception, is to do with traveling, learning, exploring your belief system, philosophies, and all that. So with the full moon here, the sun is in the opposite sign, in the sign of Leo in your 3rd house. So your 3rd house and 9th house axis is activated during this full moon. Now, full moon brings clarity to wherever it goes. So the emphasis is a lot on your belief system, on your worldview, on your learning needs, on your traveling needs, and the need for you to be more open-minded during this time. So any kind of collective work, group work, if you are getting involved in during this time and you're connecting with people from different countries or abroad or distant lands or different cultures, then you will get better clarity regarding where you stand, what is your contribution in it, and you will be able to balance teamwork and your own individual expression better during this time. Now, on the same day as the full moon, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 12th house will sextile Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your 10th house, in your career house. So your 12th house of past patterns, subconscious patterns, old habits is connecting with your 10th house of career matters, and it is a sextile aspect. So when Mars connects with Neptune, it can give you more spiritual inclination. You are attracting people or more on a compassionate level, more on soul level. So you're connecting with people, whether it's your career, whether your business partnership, whatever that might be, or even with authority figure, you're connecting with people on soul level. So you understand what other people's needs are, what their desires are, what their thought process are. And this sharing of ideas and inspiration is going to bring a lot of healing energy, Geminis. Now, on the 14th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 12th house will trine Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 8th house. Now, Mars and Pluto coming together in your 12th and 8th house can bring a tremendous surge of ambition. You want to achieve your goals, you want to be direct, you want to be more assertive in your approach, you want to work with people, you want to impress people, you want to cooperate with them, you have the leadership qualities during this time. You can take on a project and work on those projects and deliver the goods during this time. So all these energies are building up in the house of transformation in your 8th house. So it's all going to be about your value system, your shared value system, and your spiritual growth as well, because Mars is in the 12th house. So you're very spiritually inclined during this time. You're reevaluating your life direction. You're bringing this sense of cooperation in your career matters. You are interested in working with people during this time, and all this will help you build your resources together going forward, Geminis. Now, on the 16th of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your 4th house will trine Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your 12th house. So that's your 4th house and 12th house energies trining. Now, Mercury and Uranus both are related to your mental stamina, and it is in the earth sign of Virgo and Taurus. So here the energies, your mental energy, is a little bit more determined, more focused, and is looking at new possibilities, new opportunities, new encounters, new people, new adventure, new discoveries. So you're very open-minded during this time, and you're really open to exciting new experiences. Even if the people you're connecting with are not your usual type, still you will be very much interested because they are intellectually stimulating and really open up your mind to new possibilities during this time, Geminis. Now, on the 18th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo will trine Jupiter in the sign of Aries. Now, Leo is your 3rd house and Aries is your 11th house, Geminis. So your 3rd house and 11th house energies are trining. And the planetary energies involved here are Venus and Jupiter, which are both beneficial energies. Now, when Venus comes together with Jupiter, it brings a lot of cheerfulness, optimism, hopefulness, blessed energy, abundant energy, growth, prosperity energy. And it is in your 3rd and 11th house. Now, 3rd house is about communication, connection. 11th house is the house of your hopes and wishes. So through connecting with people, through socializing, through projecting yourself in the best possible way, will help you make new friends, will help you gain socially, and also will help you gain professionally, Geminis. Now, on the 20th of August, Mars enters Gemini in your 1st house. So Mars is in your 1st house now. It was in your 12th house. Now it has moved to your 1st house. So everything is in direct motion now, Geminis, for you. So if you were feeling a little bit held back regarding your regarding your energy level and the need to take action. Now is the time to really move things forward. Now, Mars in Gemini is very versatile and very flexible. So it's a good energy to try out new ideas, new plans, different plans, various plans, and also your interests. If you've got varied interests, this is the time to engage in these energies. But be mindful that Mars in Gemini, though, is very versatile and flexible, but it is also less determined and focused. So you may feel scattered while engaging in many ideas, many plans, and many interests. And at the end of the day, it can turn out to be ineffective. So it's very important to try to be focused with this Mars in your first house and make some plans or narrow it down to a few ideas and work on those ideas, Geminis. Now, on the 21st of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your fourth house is going to be opposite Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your 10th house. So that's your fourth and 10th house energies are opposing. Now, Mercury and Neptune opposing can cause mental confusion and some kind of delusional state because of miscommunication or misunderstanding in social situations. So it's very important to filter any background noise or things that are not important to you during this time and focus on what you are trying to achieve going forward, especially where your career matters and your own emotional self and your home environment is concerned, Geminis. Now, on the 22nd of August, Sun is going to enter the sign of Virgo in your fourth house. So from 22nd August, the focus is going to be a lot on your home matters, on home and family matters. So here you are definitely focusing on organizing your life to free yourself. So this is a good energy to improve communication and really focus on practical concerns where your home and family environment is concerned and organize your life so that you can free yourself to take on other opportunities going forward. So this is a good energy to become more productive and useful in yourself. Now, on the very same day, Mercury in the sign of Virgo is going to trine Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. So Virgo is your fourth house and Capricorn is your eighth house. So fourth house and eighth house energies are trining. Now, when Mercury connects with Pluto, it makes you very impressive, persuasive where your communication is concerned. You come across very powerful, very engaging, and you can also influence other people through your communication because you're very persuasive, very impactful, and you can also turn people towards yourself. So it's a very powerful energy to communicate more on mental level. You're going to be very mentally engaging during this time. So it's a good time to ask for favors from people or negotiate a deal or renegotiate your contract, whatever that might be, whether it's a job, your career, your house, property contract, or financial, whatever that might be. This is a good time to renegotiate or talk about or analyze your financial situation, your accounts, or the finances, the social or shared finances that you may have. Now, on the 24th of August, Uranus is going to turn retrograde in your 12th house in the sign of Taurus. Now, Uranus is all about freedom. It's about independence. It's about doing things outside the box. A 12th house is a house of past pattern, old habits, your subconscious self. So when Uranus turns retrograde, you may feel a bit off balance where all these energies are concerned. So if you have been digging deeper all these time while Uranus was in a direct motion, during this time you may feel a bit restricted in terms of the freedom that you seek, in terms of the life direction you want to take. So this is the time to focus a little bit on practical concerns during this time and your daily life. And also when Uranus turns direct in January 2023, that would be time to explore these new opportunities, new horizons, and the new life direction that you want to take on. That would be a great time to free yourself in those areas. Now, on the 25th of August, Mercury is going to enter the sign of Libra in your fifth house. Now, Mercury in the sign of Libra is very diplomatic, very friendly, and is very rational in its approach when dealing with relationship or one-to-one interaction. So this is a good time to improve your communication skills, your negotiating skills, because you're more willing to accommodate other people's opinion during this time, and you want a fair kind of situation. So you are definitely seeing other people's perspective as well and listening to other people's viewpoint as well during this time. So in your fifth house, your self-expression is definitely more balanced, and you come across very pleasing as well, the way you communicate and connect with people. Now on the 27th of August, there's a new moon in the sign of Virgo in your fourth house. Now a new moon is a time of new beginning, planting new seeds for growth, for it to unfold over the next 6 months. So with a new moon in the sign of Virgo in your fourth house, this is a time for new beginnings, fresh start, where your home and family matters are concerned. And it is in the sign of Virgo, so you're looking at timely goals, monthly goals, whatever you're trying to achieve in your home, whether it's you're redecorating, you're renovating, buying a new property, or just connecting and bonding with family members. You want things a little bit more precise, more goal oriented during this time in order to make it more effective. Now, in the last few days of the month of August, Venus makes some challenging aspects to Uranus and Saturn. On the 27th of August, Venus in Leo in your third house will square Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your 12th house. So when Venus and Uranus connects in a challenging aspect, there may be some kind of instability in your relationship, in your close relationship, and there may be unexpected events, or news may come your way that can cause this instability. Now third house is the house of connections, close ties, networking, and 12th house is old patterns, past patterns, old habits. So maybe something arising from old ways of doing things may be affecting your current relationship, or your close ties relation, or the way you connect. So definitely there's a need for more patience during this time, and you may feel confined as well during this time, because with Uranus wants freedom, and with this square aspect to Venus, you may feel confined in connections, relationship within your social group and all that. So it's very important to remain a bit patient during this time. So it's important to remain a little bit patient during this time. Now Venus will also make an opposition to Saturn on 28th of August. So that connects your third and ninth house of thinking and perceiving. So when Venus is in opposition to Saturn, it can create a feeling of loneliness and sadness because you're unable to express what you want to express. So Gemini, the last few days of August may not be particularly a great time to socialize. So it's a good idea to spend time alone, to reflect, and just to recharge your battery, both physical and spiritual batteries. And once Venus is out of these challenging aspects from Uranus and Saturn, then you'll be able to move forward and socialize more and connect more with people. So this was the August 2022 astrological forecast for you Geminis. Thank you very much. Cancer, for you in the month of August 2022, there's going to be a lot of focus on your money matters, on your social circle, on your friend circle, also your thought process, your thinking, your communication, and the way you connect with people. Now, the month of August begins with a conjunction between Mars and Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your 11th house. So this conjunction occurs right on the first day, on the 1st of August. Now, Mars and Uranus together in your 11th house of social circle, friend circle, collaborations, professional gains, hopes and wishes. Here you will have a strong urge to break free of any limiting situations you have in your life, especially when it comes to social circle. So Uranus connecting with Mars here will give you that need for change and excitement, and you are very open to new encounters, new group work, new group activities, new friend circle as well during this period. And this energy is in the last few days of July as well as in the beginning of August. So you'll feel this energy around this time. Now, it's very important to lead with a sense of self-control, because it can be kind of a reckless energy where your friend circles are concerned, or your group projects are concerned, or the way you collaborate. So you may make a decision quickly and you may regret it later. So just be careful of what you are signing up to. So just be careful of what you're getting involved in, especially when it comes to group activities during this time, Cancer. Now, on the 2nd of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer in your first house will sextile Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 11th house. Now, Venus and Mars are the yin and yang energy. Now, it is connecting your first and 11th house in a very harmonious way because it's a sextile aspect. The first house represents yourself, Cancer, and 11th house is again your social circle. So here with Venus and Mars connecting together, it will make you more social. You want to connect with people, and you will come across very pleasing, magnetic, very affectionate, confident, and assertive as well during this time. So this is a time to put your best foot forward when engaging with other people, whether it's group activity, social activity, or in an organization, or with your team, with your peers, acquaintances, whatever that might be. So this is a good energy in the first week of August. Now, on the 4th of August, Mercury will enter the sign of Virgo in your third house. Now, Mercury is exalted in the sign of Virgo, so it's a good energy. Now, in your third house, which is a house of communication and connection, Mercury is very much at home here. So with Mercury in your third house, you're very careful, you're very analytical, and the way you communicate, the way you connect with people, you're very much looking at being useful and connecting with people who can be useful for you. So here definitely you have more practical concerns where your communication, your thinking, your mindset, your daily environment, your network, all that is concerned. So you want to keep it more productive, more practical, more useful, more organized during this time. Now, on the 7th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 11th house will square Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in your 8th house. Now, Mars and Saturn connecting in a challenging aspect, such as a square aspect, can bring frustration during this time, and this is your 11th and 8th house energies. Now again, 11th house is a house of your collaboration, group work, organization, and 8th house is the house of intimate bonds. It's a house of mutual gains through business partnership. So here again, with this Mars and Saturn energy coming together, there may be some difficulty in expressing your passions, what you want. You have this desire to grow and you want some change, you have ambitions, but you may not be able to express what you fully want, and that can lead to frustration. Now, on the 9th of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer will be opposite Pluto. So this is your first house and 7th house energies opposing. Now, Venus is in your first house and Pluto is in the Capricorn sign in your 7th house. So relationship matters are coming into focus. So there's definitely a need for harmony, because Venus and Pluto in opposition can create intense pressure in your closest relationship, and this can lead to either power plays or relationship dramas or manipulation, or even jealousy, possessiveness, and all that. So just be mindful of this energy. It is there in the second week, so do have honest conversation with your partners, and and look to reconcile your differences, resolve your issues rather than make it worse during this time. Now, on the 11th of August, Venus will enter the sign of Leo in your second house of money matters. Now, Venus is the planet of relationship, money matters, your abundance, prosperity, your value system, what you value and how you value. So when it enters Leo, it's going to be a lot about grand gestures, warmth, generosity in the way you show love and the way you come across. So here it is your money matters, your value system, your possessions, your accumulated wealth. So here you're definitely looking for some kind of acknowledgement for what you have to offer. So you have definitely this desire to go for extravagance and show your passion in a relationship during this time. And Venus in the second house is in its natural house, because second house is its natural Taurus house. So Venus is in a good position in second house, so it does bring positive energy where your money matters, your value system, or your relationship matters are concerned. Now, there is going to be a full moon in the sign of Aquarius in your 8th house on the 11th of August. Now, full moon is a time of culmination. It's a time of release. It's a time of clarity as well. So 8th house is about shared finances, shared resources, money matters, joint finances, your intimate bonds, your psychological development. So with this full moon in Aquarius, opposite the sun in Leo in your second house, there's going to be some kind of clarity around what you contribute in a financial situation, especially with your partner in an intimate relationship, because second and 8th house is about money, and it's about my money and your money. So there's definitely a need for balance during this time in your understanding of money matters, your joint finances, your individual finances, and what you contribute and what others have to contribute in there. So this is a very active energy with this full moon. Now, on the same day, Mars in the sign of Taurus is going to sextile Neptune in the sign of Pisces. Now, that is your 11th and 9th house energies sextiling. So it's a harmonious aspect on the 11th of August. Now, when Mars and Neptune connects in a sextile aspect, this is a positive aspect. So this will lead to spiritual development, more sensitivity, more compassionate approach towards others, and during this time you may also connect with people on soul level, or you may find your soulmate as well during this time. So this is a very positive energy, and it brings more healing in your life, in your relationship and all that, especially where social circle and new encounters and new people and professional matters are concerned. Now on the 14th of August, Mars will be trining Pluto. Now Mars is in the sign of Taurus in your 11th house again, and is trining Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 7th house. So your house of social circle is connecting with your house of partnership in a positive alignment. So this is good energy. Now Mars and Pluto, when it connects together, it makes you very much goal oriented. You are very ambitious, you want to assert yourself, you want to take direct action, you're very focused, you are ready to even cooperate with people, especially within a group environment, to get what you want, to achieve the success that you desire. So if you're getting into a business partnership or a group project during this time, this is a good time to be more intellectually engaged and be more direct and assertive, and also lead through cooperation, because it's a trine aspect. So it is a non-threatening aspect. It's not intimidating to other people. So you want to cooperate to get the best results. Now on the 16th of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your 3rd house will trine Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your 11th house. Now Mercury connecting with Uranus is all about opening your mind to new possibility. Now this is a very exciting time, very mentally stimulating time as well. So you will definitely want to connect with people, new encounters, new people, especially people who, really stimulate your mind, really gives you options, opens your mind, and you will definitely go out of your way to have adventure and make new friends around this time as well, because it is connecting your 3rd house of communication with your 11th house of social circle. So you're definitely very much interested in socializing, making friends, collaborations, organizational work, whatever that might be. You are very focused in communicating and connecting during this time. Now on the 18th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo in your 2nd house will trine Jupiter in the sign of Aries in your 10th house. Now Venus and Jupiter both are very beneficial energies. So when it trines, especially connecting your 2nd house and 10th house, which is money house and career house, it's going to bring some kind of positive energy in your money matters, your values, your value system, your public image, your career and all that. So there's a lot of optimism, cheerfulness, positive energy. You're very social as well during this time, and you may be feeling less stress as well because things are falling into place. Cancer. Now Cancer, on the 20th of August, Mars will enter the sign of Gemini in your 12th house. Now, Mars was in the sign of Taurus, where it's more determined, more focused, but a bit passive. And now in the sign of Gemini, it's definitely more versatile, more active, more flexible, but it is less determined and focused. So here in your 12th house of past pattern, old patterns, it's the house of your subconscious self, it's a house of your subconscious motivations, the need to take break, solitude, isolation and all that. So when Mars enters your 12th house, you may feel low in energy during this time, especially in the 3rd week of August. So here the desire to achieve something, the goals and ambitions that you have may take a back seat. Now, this is a good time to think about your plan or prepare for your whatever you want to achieve when Mars goes in your 1st house in the sign of Cancer in next month in September. So until then, this is a good time to really think about what you want to achieve. If you got various plans or ideas or interests, whatever they might be, it's a good idea to think about it, put it down on a paper, and see which ideas you want to take forward. Now, just be mindful, Mars in Gemini can be very flexible, and that means it can be scattered brain as well. So that can lead to ineffectiveness in terms of what you want to achieve, your goals and ambition. So it's very important to put things down, what you want to do, and shortlist it, and then, go forward with the best option. Now, on the 21st of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your third house is going to be opposite Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your ninth house. Now, when Mercury is opposite Neptune, connecting your third and ninth house of your thinking, your opinion, your mind, your thoughts, and your perception, your belief system, your philosophies, here there can be some kind of mental confusion regarding what you want, your thought process, your perception on all that. There can be some kind of confusion, and this can lead to relationship problems due to miscommunication and misunderstanding. Now, this can occur within love relationship, business relationship, or social circle, or colleagues. It can be anybody, parents, siblings, friends. A confusion can occur in any of the relationship. So just be mindful of this energy and ignore any kind of talk that's coming your way that is not useful, that is not clear, to avoid any kind of further confusion. So definitely in the third week, it's important to stay put and, think over your whatever you need to achieve, whatever you want to, achieve going forward, and just take a more informed decision in a more calmer way. Now, on the 22nd of August, Sun is going to enter Virgo in your third house. Now, when Sun enters the third house in the sign of Virgo, you are definitely bringing a more practical approach to the way you communicate. You're bringing a more practical approach in the way you communicate and connect with people. So this will make you more detail focused. You want to improve your communication. So this is a good time to organize your daily environment as well, in order to free yourself from any kind of stress that may come due to lack of structure in the way you communicate, connect, or just your daily life around this time, Cancer. Now, on the same day, Mercury in the sign of Virgo will trine Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. Now, Virgo is your third house and Capricorn is your seventh house. So your third house and seventh house energies are trining. Now, this is a good harmonious aspect. Now, when Mercury connects with Pluto in a positive way, this gives you very keen mind. It's very perceptive, and your thinking can be very powerful. Also, the way you communicate and connect can be very powerful. You can actually influence people during this time. You're very persuasive and you have good negotiating skills as well during this time. So it is in your third and seventh house, which is the house of business partnership, connecting with your third house of business dealings. So this is a good time to make an impact and also ask for favors during this time if you do need to ask for favors. And you can apply this intense, powerful energy to your bargaining or negotiating skills during this time, especially if you are, negotiating a contract or a business deal. Now, on the 24th of August, Uranus is going to turn retrograde in your 11th house. Now, Uranus is all about freedom and independence. It's about bringing a change. Now, in your 11th house of social circle, you are definitely desirous of this change. You want some kind of action, some kind of new energy in the way you collaborate, connect with other people, and your group projects and all that. So when Uranus turns retrograde, this need to break free may not be fully realized during this time, because Uranus turning retrograde is asking you to reassess your routines, what you do daily, your mind, what you think, how you think. Also look at what is important, what is necessary during this time. So if you feel a bit off balance during this time, especially because you want freedom and you want to explore new opportunities, this energy will be more useful in January 2023 when Uranus turns direct. So then you will be able to explore and plan more and really break free and bring change in your social circle after that. Now, on the 25th of August, Mercury will enter the sign of Libra in your fourth house. Now, when Mercury was in the sign of Virgo, it was focused on organizing your life and analyzing and reassessing situation. Now, in the sign of Libra, it takes a more rational approach to relationship matter. Now, it is in your fourth house of home and family environment. So here you have tendency to see the other side as well. well, where your family matters or any family issues are concerned. So you may be more diplomatic and friendly during this time, and you're improving your communication skills, the way you interact with people. There's a need for balance as well in your home environment, especially the way you communicate. So seeing both the sides will help you find harmony and really assert yourself in a positive way, and also listen to other people in your family environment, especially what do they want, what are their expectations and all that. So do consider their viewpoint as well. Now on the 27th of August, there's a new moon in the sign of Virgo in your third house. Now new moon is a time of new starts, new beginnings. So in your third house, which is a communication and connection, and your thinking house as well, there's a need to see things differently, and the thought process, the mindset, the outlook, and also the way you communicate, the style of communication. This is your opportunity, Cancer, to bring in new energy in the way you are communicating and connecting, and also set attainable goals during this time, especially in the way you connect, network, communicate, because Virgo energy is about organizing yourself and having monthly goals in terms of how you want to go about. So new moon in Virgo is definitely a time when you're organizing yourself and having specific goals to achieve your goals and ambition. Now on the same day, Venus in the sign of Leo will square Uranus in the sign of Taurus. So that's your second house and 11th house energy squaring. Now in the last few days of the month of August, Venus is heavily challenged by Uranus and Saturn. Both the energies are in a challenging aspect with Venus. So first on 27th of August, Venus is squaring Uranus, and on the very next day, Venus is opposite Saturn. So this brings your second house of money matters and 11th house of social circle and 8th house of shared values, shared finance, and intimate bonds. So when Venus is squaring Uranus, you may feel some kind of challenge in your relationship, especially your social network, your friend circle, or the organization you're part of, or just your group activities and all that. So there may be some kind of unexpected news or events may occur during this time that can lead to instability or some kind of lack of freedom. You may feel confined in terms of the people you're connecting with. So there may be a need for freedom and excitement, but you may not be able to achieve it during this time, and that can lead to frustration. So just be more patient during this time, and once this energy has passed, then you'll be able to connect the way you want again. Now to end the month, Venus will be opposite Saturn. So your second house and 8th house energies are opposing. Now that's your money house, Cancer. So here there may be some kind of frustration in relationships, especially where money matters are concerned. So there can be some kind of restriction or delays where your joint finances are concerned, and that can put some kind of pressure or stress on your personal finance. So just focus on long-term goals during this time, and once this energy has passed, then you'll be able to structure your money matters better going forward, Cancer. So this was the August 2022 astrology forecast for you, Cancer. Thank you. Leos, for you in the month of August 2022, there's going to be a major emphasis on money matters, on your career matters, and your self-image. Now, the month of August begins with a conjunction between Mars and Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your 10th house. So it's a very crucial energy. Now, this energy will be felt in the last few days of July and the first few days of August. Now, when Mars and Uranus conjuncts, this gives a strong urge to break out of any limiting situation in life. Now, it is in your career house, so you definitely want to break out of anything that is limiting your progress during this time, Leos. So you definitely need change during this time, and you're very excited to bring this change in your life. Now, Uranus and Mars conjunction can also lead to recklessness and the need to take risk during this time. So you do have passionate desires and you do want to achieve your goals and ambitions, and you're very actively pursuing them, but just have some self-control where reckless decisions or risk taking is concerned. Now, you definitely don't want to miss any opportunities that comes your way during this time, especially where your career matter is concerned. So do look at what's best option for you. And in order to bring this change that you're seeking in your career matters, and in order to achieve your goals and this change in your career matters, it's important to have particular goal in mind. So do focus on setting goals for the future. Now on the 2nd of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer in your 12th house will sextile Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 10th house. So 12th and 10th house energies are aligning beautifully in the first week of August. Now Venus and Mars are the yin and yang energy. So when it connects together, especially your house of subconscious self, past patterns, and your house of public image and reputation and your career matters, here you are definitely feeling very social, more confident, more assertive, and you're definitely putting your best foot forward as well in terms of planning your career, achieving goals, and also focusing on your self-development, personal development, your well-being going forward. Now on the 4th of August, Mercury will be entering the sign of Virgo in your 2nd house. Now Mercury is in its exaltation in the sign of Virgo. Now Virgo is all about precision, it's about structure, it's about organizing and analyzing. So when Mercury, your mind, enters Virgo in your 2nd house of money matters, you're definitely analyzing your financial situation during this time. You want to organize your money matters. So you're definitely setting goals, tangible goals, more realistic goals where your financial matters are concerned. So this is a good energy to plan your money matters in the month of August, because Mercury is going to be in your 2nd house for most of the month of August, Leos. Now on the 7th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus will square Saturn in the sign of Aquarius. So Taurus is your 10th house of career and Aquarius is your 7th house of relationship. Now when Mars and Saturn squares, there can be some kind of frustration, some kind of delays due to not being able to express what you desire. So whatever you want to achieve going forward, especially where your career matter is concerned and your relationship or business partnership, you may not be able to fully express it, and that can lead to frustration, and the goals and ambition that you have and the need to grow and expand and all that may be limited during this time, and that can lead to restrictions in your ambition. There may be issues with authority figure as well. So just generally, whatever you want to achieve during this time may be restricted, Leos. Now on the 9th of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer in your 12th house will be opposite Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 6th house. So 12th house and 6th house are the opposite houses, and it's associated with service, Leos. So when Venus and Pluto comes in an opposition, there may be an intense pressure on you due to your work structure, your daily environment, um, your routine, or even within people around you, or even with people around you, close relationships. So this can lead to some kind of manipulation, power plays, or relationship drama during this time, and you may feel a bit pressurized where relationship is concerned, especially on daily basis, people you interact with on daily basis. Now on 11th of August, Venus will be entering the sign of Leo in your 1st house. Now when Venus enters Leo, now Venus was in the sign of Cancer until 11th of August, where it's a little bit more nurturing. Now in the sign of Leo, in your sign, in your own house, it's all going to be about you, Leo, because this is your opportunity to present your best self. So if you want to reinvent yourself or change your look or mannerism or enhance your looks and mannerism, whatever you want to do, this is a great opportunity to do that, and that can help you put the best foot forward. You will also come across very appealing, very magnetic to whoever is watching you. So definitely it's a good time to bring that positive Venus energy in your sense of self, in your self image, and you will definitely feel very expressive, very proud, very warm during this time. You definitely will be gaining attention during this time, Leos. Now on the same day, there's a full moon in the sign of Aquarius in your 7th house. So your relationship house is coming into focus here. Now, full moon is all about culmination. It's about revelation. It's about release. It's about clarity. So something related to your relationship matters will definitely come to a fruition, some satisfaction, some fulfillment, or some kind of revelation or clarity during this time. So definitely there's a need to balance your sense of self with this, with the sun being in Leo in the opposite house. So there definitely is a need to understand relationship and redefine relationship and reconcile any differences that there may be, if it can be reconciled. So definitely the focus is going to be a lot on relationship in the second week of August. Now, on the same day, on the 11th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus will sextile Neptune in the sign of Pisces. So that's your 10th house and 8th house experience in aligning very beautifully. So that's your career house and your money house. It's a shared money, or the money you make through mutual bonds or mutual gains. So this Mars and Neptune together will connect you to your spiritual side, not the egoistic side. So you're definitely feeling very connected with whatever purpose you have, and you want to really bring this change in your life where your money matter is concerned, where your career matters are concerned, and you're feeling very connected. Your soul is feeling very connected with these matters. You're also very sensitive to other people's needs and desires during this time, because 8th house is the house of intimate bonds as well. So you're definitely very much connecting with people on more soulful levels, especially where your career matters and money matters are concerned. And this can be a very healing experience for you as well, Leos. Now, on the 14th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus will trine Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. So that's your 10th house and 6th house energy trining beautifully. So that's your career house and your work and health house. Now, when Mars trines Pluto, it can really make you very much goal oriented. You definitely want to go after your goals. You're very assertive. You want to take direct action. You feel very intense, powerful, and you're also willing to cooperate with others to make these things happen. So you're not intimidating to other people because it's a trine aspect. Now, Mars is your energy and Pluto is your intensity. So together it can really help you achieve the success that you want, Leos, and it gives you leadership qualities as well. So definitely a great time to, be more ambitious and really take direct action to achieve whatever you desire, Leos. Now, on the 16th of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your second house will trine Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your 10th house. So that's your money house and career house coming together. Now, it is a trine aspect, so it's a harmonious aspect. Now, Mercury trining with Uranus opens your mind to new possibilities. So some kind of exciting news or events or chance encounters may happen in your life during this time that can really push you and really make you more excited about the opportunities and the future possibilities where your career and your money matters are concerned. So definitely this is a time to be more open-minded, explore various options, and also really connect with people, whether it's job or career environment, your work environment, with your colleagues. So it's really a great time to connect with people who really open your mind and really stimulate you mentally, Leos. Now, on the 18th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo in your first house will trine Jupiter in the sign of Aries in your ninth house. Now, Venus and Jupiter both are very beneficial energies, and in your first house and ninth house, this is like one of the best aspects for you, Leos, in the month of August. So when Venus connects with Jupiter, this brings a lot of cheerfulness, optimism, a lot of warmth, a lot of welcoming attitude, and you want to be socially engaged during this time as well, because Venus and Jupiter both brings abundant energy, prosperity, wealth, relationship, money, spirituality, knowledge, growth, and all that. So it's a really good aspect on the 18th of August. So you'll feel less stressed during this time, especially where relationship is concerned, and you definitely will feel more adventurous and relaxed as well, Leos. Now, on the 20th of August, Mars is going to enter the sign of Gemini in your 11th house. Now, 11th house is the house of social circle, group work, collaborative work. It's a house of your professional gains, your profits, future plans, hopes, and wishes. So Mars is all about direct action, and moving in the sign of Gemini, it is more active. It is more active, more versatile, more flexible, but it is less determined and focused. Now, Mars was in the sign of Taurus before 20th of August. So the energy of Taurus is definitely very determined, very focused, but a bit passive and defensive. But in Gemini, it's definitely very flexible, very active. Now, it has a tendency to be scattered brain as well during this time. So definitely there is a need to have plans, goals during this time to be more effective. Otherwise, too much flexibility can make you ineffective during this time, Leo. So when it comes to your professional gains and your group work, there's definitely a need to stay focused and really plan what you want to do going forward in the way you connect with people or any organizational work or group work or your contribution in a group work is concerned. Now, on the 21st of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your second house will be opposite Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your eighth house. So that's your money axis in focus on the 21st of August. Now, Mercury opposite Neptune can create mental confusion, and it is on your money axis. So matters related to money may be confusing during this time. So do make sure you're careful with the expenses and the outgoings during this time and how you're handling money during this time, because there can be confusion or lack of clarity, and that can cause some kind of confusion or delusion regarding your money matters, and you may end up spending more when you don't have that much. So definitely, Leo, it's very important to dig deeper for information regarding your money matters before you commit to something or before you spend your money without thinking. Now, on the 22nd of August, Sun is going to enter the sign of Virgo in your second house. Now, this is perfect time to organize your finances. Have some financial strategy, organize it so that you have less stress later on and you feel a bit more freer in the way you handle your money. So definitely there's a need to improve the way you have been dealing with money until now and be a little bit more practical where your money matters are concerned, Leos. Now, on the same day, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your second house will trine Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your sixth house. So that's your second house and sixth house energy trining. Now, Mercury and Pluto coming together is very powerful, very intense energy. So it makes you great at communication. You're very persuasive, impactful. You can actually influence people during this time. So if you're negotiating or signing a deal, this is a great time to ask for favors and negotiate a better deal because you are very impactful, you're very persuasive, and you have good negotiating skills as well during this time with this Mercury trining Pluto. Now, on the 24th of August, Uranus turns retrograde in the sign of Taurus in your 10th house, in your career house. Now, Uranus is all about change, it's about freedom. So that's what you're seeking in your career matters. So when it turns retrograde, the need to explore a new life direction or a change in career or to look at your career matters in a different perspective may be held back during this time, and you can feel a little bit off balanced where your career matter is concerned, especially where the need for freedom and change in your career is concerned. So if you have not been able to make the change since Uranus entered your 10th house in 2018, 2019, during this Uranus retrograde, it may be a good time to reassess what you want to do. And when it goes direct in January 2023, then you will be able to explore new horizons. Now, on the 25th of August, Mercury is going to enter the sign of Libra in your third house. Now, Mercury in the sign of Libra in your third house of communication and connection makes you a little bit more rational where one-to-one interaction is concerned. So you're definitely more friendly and you're definitely interested in improving the way you communicate and connect during this time because you want to see both the sides, you want to see both the perspective, and you want to accommodate other people's opinion as well during this time. So you definitely are very much focused on having a balanced approach where communication and connection is concerned, and there's a need to be a bit diplomatic as well, Leos, where your communication style and connection style is concerned. Now, on the 27th of August, there's a new moon in the sign of Virgo in your second house. So that's your money house again, Leos. Now, this is your opportunity to have this new beginning in your money matters. Now, it is Virgo season, Leo, so there's a lot of focus on your money matters anyways. And with this new moon, this is your opportunity to set new intention going forward, especially for the next 6 months. So this is a good opportunity to really have attainable goals where your money matter is concerned and organize your finances better, have some strategy, some plans, some monthly goals regarding what you want to earn, how much you want to earn. So that would be a good idea going forward, especially for the next 6 months, so that you can set a tone for future Leos. Now, in the last few days of August, Venus is connected connecting with Uranus and Saturn in a challenging aspect. So Venus is very much challenged in the last few days of August, and this is for everyone. So here relationship issues may come to surface. Now on the 27th of August, Venus in Leo in your first house squares Uranus in Taurus in your 10th house. So your self-image and your outward projection is at a challenging aspect. So here there may be some kind of lack of harmony in the way you're projecting yourself and the way you're being perceived from the world or externally. So you definitely desire freedom during this time. You want some excitement, and you may lack patience as well during this time. So it's important to stay focused regarding your career matter and how you want to project yourself. And after this energy has passed, this challenging energy, then you'll be able to project yourself more positively going forward, Leos. Now on the 28th of August, Venus is opposite Saturn in your 7th house. So your first house and 7th house energies are opposing. Now when Venus connects with Saturn in an opposition, it can bring some kind of sadness and loneliness, because any kind of socializing during this time may not reap the result that you desire. So here definitely it's better to take a break if relationship issues do arise. And if you have any issues, it's better to communicate honestly and resolve any relationship or partnership issues that there might be, Leos. So Leos, this was the August 2022 astrological forecast for you. Thank you. Virgos, for you in the month of August 2022, there's going to be a lot of focus on your desire for adventure, for traveling, learning, exploring, expanding, on your self-image, the way you project to others, your relationship, and also your subconscious self, your spiritual side, your personal development, and all that. Now, the month of August begins with a Mars and Uranus conjunction right on the very first day, on the 1st of August, in the sign of Taurus in your 9th house. So when Mars and Uranus conjuncts together, there's a strong urge to break out of any limiting situations in life. So with your 9th house energy, you definitely are very eager and excited about learning new things. You want to travel, you want to explore, you want to have an adventure, you want to do something other than what you do on a daily basis. So you're not interested in the mundane life during this time. So you definitely want some kind of change, some freedom, and you're very passionate about your desires during this time. So just be mindful. It is a great energy to make change and go after your dreams, but it can also be reckless. So just be mindful not to take any risk that you may regret later on, and have some self-control during this time, Virgos. Now, on the 2nd of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer will sextile Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 9th house. Now, Venus and Mars is a yin and yang energy, and it is a trine aspect, so it's a very harmonious aspect. Now, when Venus connects with Mars in your 11th house and 9th house, which is the house of your social circle, your social environment, your group project, group work, organization, profit, professional gains, hopes and wishes, connects with the house of exploration and adventure and expansion and belief system, and you're traveling and all. This is a good time to be more social, more confident, more assertive, and going after your desires, going after your dreams, going after your goals and ambitions during this time. So you're definitely interested in socializing during this time, or even socializing with people from distant lands. So definitely it's a great time to explore, to have new adventures, make new friends, and just connect with people differently during this time. Now on the 4th of August, Mercury is going to enter the sign of Virgo in your first house. Now when Mercury enters Virgo in your first house, it's going to be very crucial energy for you, because Mercury is exalted in the sign of Virgo and it is in your first house. So this is your opportunity, Virgos, to really organize and structure your entire life. So whether it's your home environment, your relationship, your work, job, whatever that might be, this is a great time to organize your life. Now, Virgo energy is focused on job, work, daily routine, and also your health matters. And so is the first house. So this is a great time to start a health regime or diet plan or whatever you want to start during this time. This is a great time to be more practical and really focus on what you want to achieve and put down some kind of plan. Some kind of goal setting is definitely good here. So like a monthly based plan to achieve whatever you want to achieve, Virgos. Now, on the 7th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your ninth house will square Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in your sixth house. Now, this is a challenging aspect connecting your ninth house and sixth house of exploration and travel and learning with your house of work, health, and daily routine. So here there can be some kind of frustrations because of your inability to express yourself fully. So whatever you desire, whatever you want, you may not be able to fully express yourself in order to engage in new adventure, new experiences, and new people and all that during this time. So you may feel a bit restricted in terms of connecting with people because of any prior inhibitions, or maybe it could be due to stress, anxiety as well. So whatever goals you want to pursue, you may feel restricted during this time. Now, on the 9th of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer in your 11th house will be opposite Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 5th house. So that's your 11th and 5th house axis is in opposition during this time. Now, when Venus connects with Pluto, there can be some kind of pressure in your closest relationship or in the way you're socializing. So there can be some kind of power plays or relationship drama around this time, especially in your social circle, the way you connect, new friends, your self-expression, your group projects and all, your group work and all that. So during this time, you may feel pressurized and threatened as you interact within your social circle where your own creative expression is concerned, Virgos. Now, on the 11th of August, Venus will be entering the sign of Leo in your 12th house. Now, Venus was in the sign of Cancer where it's very nurturing. Now, in the sign of Leo, it's more warm, it's more expressive, it's more assertive. It's looking for attention and acknowledgement from outside. Now, in your 12th house, which is the house of your subconscious pattern, your old past patterns, old habits, your own well-being, your spiritual side and all that, here Venus is in a good position. So it brings out the best results with the Leo sign in it. So you're definitely very expressive. So you're definitely very expressive in love. You're definitely very generous as well. So here the interaction with other people becomes a little bit louder and more expressive and more extravagant and grander. Now, there's a full moon in the sign of Aquarius on the 11th of August, which is your sixth house, Virgos. Now, a full moon is the time of culmination, realization, revelation, release, endings in wherever it goes. Now, this full moon is opposite Sun in Leo, so that is your 12th house. So 6th and 12th house axis is activated. Now, 6th and 12th house axis is the service axis. So here there is a need for clarity and more understanding regarding your own contribution, regarding what you offer, regarding your own service and your own work and health pattern as well. So something related to that will definitely come to light that will give you better understanding of your own usefulness and your own productivity, Virgos. Now, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 9th house will sextile Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your 7th house on the 11th of August. So when Mars connects with Neptune in your 9th and 7th house, which is the house of learning, traveling, adventure with the partnership and relationship house. So with Mars and Neptune together, there's a lot of desire for healing. There's a lot of desire for social connection, spiritual development as well. And you are seeking people that you connect on soul level. So you're seeking soul connection. So definitely traveling, learning, opening yourself to new perspectives, adventure and all that will be very healing. And as you socialize and build relationship is going to really boost your ego during this time, Virgos. Now, on the 14th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 9th house again is going to trine Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 5th house. So that's your 9th house and 5th house energies trining. Now, Mars and Pluto together is a very intense energy. So it makes you very much goal oriented, very ambitious. You want to go after your dream. You want to achieve whatever you want to achieve. You are very assertive, very direct, and you want to achieve the success in your life. Now, this also encourages cooperation. So you're not intimidating other people around you. So you want to cooperate in order to achieve the success that you want. So this also brings out the leadership quality in you to Virgos. So this is a great time to express yourself, and you will come across very powerfully, very intense, and very impressive to other people as you express yourself creatively. And this is a good time to really be more assertive and direct in your action. Now, on the 16th of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo will trine Uranus in the sign of Taurus. So that's your first house and ninth house energies trining. Now, when Mercury connects with Uranus in a trine aspect, this opens your mind to new possibilities. So you're definitely very excited, very enthusiastic during this time, and you want to engage with new people, you want to have new experiences, you want to make new friends, you want to be open to new discoveries, and you want to explore as much as you can during this time, so you're definitely, so this is connecting your first house of self-image, the way you project yourself, and your ninth house of worldview, your perception. So this is definitely going to expand. So as you explore and open your mind and connect with new people, this is definitely going to expand your mind and your worldview as well, Virgos. Now, on the 18th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo in your 12th house will trine Jupiter in the sign of Aries in your 8th house. Now, 12th house and 8th house both are very mysterious house. Now, 12th house is related to your past pattern, old habits, your subconscious self, and 8th house is the house of transformation, your resources, your shared resources and values. Is a house of psychological development. So Venus and Jupiter, which are very beneficial energies connecting together, this brings a lot of cheerfulness, hope, and optimism in the way you connect with people in terms of on soul level, in your money matters as well, your shared values. You're looking forward to the change that's coming within you and the transformation and all that. So you're definitely feeling very adventurous during this time, and you're very expansive as well. So you're definitely willing to socialize and mend relationship as well during this time. So if there has been any kind of issues regarding intimate bonds and close ties, this is a great time to mend these relationship as well, and you will feel less stressed and more relaxed after this. Now, on the 20th of August, Mars will enter the sign of Gemini in your 10th house. So this is great time for your career aspect, for your outward projection, your public image, your reputation, and all that, because Mars in the sign of Gemini is very versatile, very flexible. So it's very much interested in trying out new ideas. It's open to new plans. It has various interests which it wants to engage in. So with the 10th house energy, you're definitely very much projecting yourself in the best way possible. You're coming across as very thoughtful, very engaging, very impressive. Now, Mars in Gemini, though is very versatile and flexible, can be less focused and less determined. So it's very important to think over the plans and ideas, interests that you have, and narrow it down to a few which you can focus on so that you're more effective, because Mars in Gemini, though wants to take action and is very active, but can also be scattered brain, resulting in ineffectiveness. So just watch out for that kind of energy on the 20th of August, Virgos. Now, on the 21st of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your first house will be opposite Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your 7th house. So that's your relationship axis is activated with this opposition. Now, when Mercury connects with Neptune in an opposition, it can create mental confusion. So this is in matters related to your relationship. So there can be some kind of communication error or misunderstanding in relationship, and that can lead to clouded judgment or confusion. So just watch out for this energy on the 21st of August, especially where close relationships are concerned. And it's important to ignore any useless information and just background noise so that you can focus on what's important during this time. Now, on the 22nd of August, Sun is going to enter the sign of Virgo in your sign in your first house. So your season begins on the 22nd of August, Virgo. Now, with Sun in Virgo, you are definitely very much interested in organizing your life and freeing yourself from any kind of stress that may be caused due to disorganization. So you're definitely interested in being more impressive, more effective. You want to improve your communication. You want to be more focused, more detail oriented regarding your life, your priorities, your destiny, your life path, your self-image, how you project yourself. self and all that. So definitely you want to be more practical during this time. Now on the 22nd of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo will trine Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. So that's your first and fifth house trining during this time on the 22nd of August. Now when Mercury trines with Pluto, this is a very intense aspect and a very powerful one. So during this time, you're very persuasive in the way you communicate. You are able to connect with people on a more mental level, and you've got good negotiating skills as well. So it's your first house and fifth house of creative self expression, especially towards the end of the third week of August. You are definitely very impressive in the way you communicate, and you can also make an impact on other people, and also, ask for favors. If you need any favors, this is the best time to ask for that. Now on the 24th of August, Uranus is going to turn retrograde in your ninth house. Now, ninth house is about traveling, learning, exploring, expanding, adventure, new experiences and all that. Now, Uranus is all about freedom. It's about independence. So the freedom that you have been seeking in your house matter may slow down during this time, and that can throw you off balance during this time. So whatever change you were seeking in your ninth house matter may slow down a little bit during this time, or it may occur in a different way. So just keep your mind open, because Uranus is all about, keeping your options open and keeping your mind open. And when it goes direct in January 2023, then you will be able to explore new horizons more freely, Virgo. Now on the 25th of August, Mercury enters Libra in your second house. Now, Mercury in the sign of Libra is definitely more interested in taking a rational approach where one-to-one interaction is concerned, where relationship matters are concerned, and all that. So it's definitely more friendly, and it's interested in improving its communication style, how it communicates with other people. So that's what you're focused on during this time as well. Now it is in your second house of money matters and finances. So definitely you want to weigh all your options before you make any financial decision during this time. You want to see both the sides. So you are making some kind of financial plan, budget plan, a financial strategy you want to put down. This is the best time to really look at all the sides before you make a decision. And it's a good idea to think about your money matters, and if you need to negotiate any deal or contract. And it's a good idea to discuss with people regarding your money matters if you need any expert help, professional help, or friendly help from anyone. It's a good time to engage with other people as well. Now on the 27th of August, there's a new moon occurring in the sign of Virgo, in your sign, in your house. So this is like a start of a new year for you, Virgos. So this is a time to really have fresh start, new beginnings, so set new intentions regarding yourself for the next 1 year, or at least for the next 6 months, until there's a full moon in Virgo. So definitely here you're focusing on reinventing yourself, your appearance, your mannerism, the way you come across, your projection and all that. And this is a great time to really reintroduce yourself. Now in the last few days of the month of August, Venus is going to make some challenging aspect to Uranus and Saturn. So on the 27th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo in your 12th house squares Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your ninth house. So your 12th house and ninth house energies are squaring during this time. Now, this can bring challenges to close relationship, due to unexpected events. So maybe you have this need to travel, need for freedom, need to do things your way, your own self, and you're not able to do that because of past commitment or old promises. So here you may feel a bit restricted and confined as well, and this can lead to impatience. So just be mindful of this energy in the last few days of the month of August. Now on the 28th of August, Venus is opposite Saturn. So Venus in Leo in your 12th house is opposite Saturn in Aquarius in your 6th house. So again, this is your 12th house and 6th house energy opposing. So this is your work and health matters connecting with your old habits, past pattern. Now here there can be a sense of sadness or loneliness because you're unable to express yourself, especially as you socialize and connect with people. So there can be some kind of pressure or delays during this time, and that can create how you connect with people, how you socialize, and especially in your work environment, your daily your mundane life and all that. And this can be due to dissatisfaction in expressing yourself or doing what you want to do, Virgos. So, Virgos, this was your August 2022 astrology forecast. Thank you. Libras, for you in the month of August 2022, there's going to be a lot of emphasis on your social circle, your collaboration, your group project, group work, your own subconscious self, your subconscious motivation, your past patterns, old habits, and your shared resources, shared values, and intimate bonds. Now, the month of August begins with a conjunction between Mars and Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your eighth house. So, now when Mars and Uranus conjuncts, it gives us a strong urge to break free from any limiting situation in life. Now, it is in your eighth house of shared resources and shared values. So, here definitely there's a need for change, Libras. So, you want some kind of change where your financial matters are concerned, your shared resources, shared finances are concerned. So, you're definitely very excited to achieve your goals. You want to set goals, have a plan, financial plan to move things forward. Now, just be mindful that with Mars and Uranus conjunction, it does give you the need for freedom and change, but it can also cause recklessness. So, just have more self control during this time as you pursue to your desires and your goals regarding your finances, especially shared finances and all that, Libras. Now, on the 2nd of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer in your 10th house will sextile Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 8th house. So, Venus coming together with Mars is the yin and yang energy. So, it's a very beneficial combination. Now, this makes you more confident, more assertive, especially where your career matters are concerned. And you have these desire to pursue your financial goals as well during this time. So definitely you are very social as well, and you want to move your career ambition forward and achieve the financial stability through business or profession, whichever it might be. So it's definitely a good aspect for your relationship matters, for your money matters, for your goals and ambition and all that. Now, on the 4th of August, Mercury is going to enter Virgo in your 12th house. Now, 12th house is a house of old habits and past pattern and your subconscious self. So Mercury represents your mind. So when it goes in the 12th house, you are definitely re-evaluating, reassessing your life direction, past patterns, old habits and all that. So you're definitely focused on overcoming or releasing these energies during this time. Now, it is a 12th house, so it's your subconscious house as well. So here the changes that you're bringing is more on a subconscious level, Libras. Now, on the 7th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 8th house will square Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in your 5th house. So 8th house and 5th house matters are squaring during this time. Now, Mars and Saturn coming together can cause frustration because of your inability to express yourself. And this is happening in your money house, in your shared finance house, and the house of your creativity and self expression. So, there may be some kind of obstacles in expressing yourself or in having pleasure or enjoyment in life, because fifth house also represents your need to have pleasure and enjoyment and love and romance and your children. So here there can be some kind of restriction or delays that can cause frustration. So whatever progress you want to make, whatever ambitions you have, Libras, you may feel a bit held back and restricted during this time. Now on the 9th of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer in your 10th house, in your career house, opposes Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 4th house. So that's your 10th house and 4th house matters opposing. Now 10th house is a house of career and 4th house is your home and family matters. So here there can be some kind of pressure build up in close relationship, and there may be a need to balance your career aspect and your home aspect during this time. And there can be some kind of power play in your home environment as well that may keep you from achieving your career goals during this time. So just be mindful of this intense energy and just stay focused. And if there are any issues, family issues or relationship dramas, during this time, it's best to reconcile them and resolve them with a calm mind, Libras. Now, on the 11th of August, Venus will enter the sign of Leo in your 11th house, in the house of your social circle. Now, when Venus enters Leo, it is more expressive, more generous, warmer, and more proud when it connects with other people. So, 11th house is the house of your friend circle, your social circle. So, you definitely are very much interested in getting attention, in your social group or giving attention. So you're definitely expressing yourself freely and openly during this time. And any new experiences, new encounters is all very positive during this time. Also, matters related to your professional gains, hopes and wishes, future plans. It's all very positive energy because this Venus in Leo is definitely giving you that fiery ambition to pursue things. Now, on the same day, there's a full moon in the sign of Aquarius in your fifth house, and the sun will be in the 11th house in the sign of Leo during this time. Now, full moon is a time of culmination, of release, of revelation, of fulfillment, endings, and all that. And fifth house is a house of your self expression, your creative expression, your children, love, and romance. So, this full moon can give you some clarity or better understanding regarding your creative expression or your creative projects or your passion projects, solo projects, whatever that might be. So, here it's important to focus on your own contribution and what you have to offer or what you bring to the group environment or group activity during this time. So your own essence is very important, and you will get some kind of understanding where you stand and how you can express yourself fully. Now, on the same day, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 8th house will sextile Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your 6th house. So that's your 8th house and 6th house axis connecting in a harmonious aspect. Now, when Mars and Neptune comes together, it gives you the desire to connect with people more on a soulful level, more on a spiritual level. So during this time, you're definitely sensitive to other people's needs and wants. And this is happening in your 6th house of work, environment, daily life, and 8th house of intimate bonds and money matters. So here you're definitely very much interested in, listening to the other side. You want to engage other people as well during this time in your work environment. And this will bring a soothing, healing energy to your life and your work environment, daily environment, Libras. Now, on the 14th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 8th house again will trine Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 4th house. Now, this is a very harmonious aspect too. So here, Mars and Pluto together makes you very ambitious, very goal-oriented, very direct and assertive, especially where your money matters are concerned, your financial matters are concerned. So you want better control of your financial matter, and you're willing to cooperate and get into these mutually beneficial arrangements or unions or partnership that can help you reap the rewards. So you're definitely very interested in cooperating with people to improve your money matters, and you're not intimidating during this time. Now, Mars and Pluto are very powerful energy, but it is a trine aspect, so you're more cooperative during this time and less controlling, especially where your home environment and all that is concerned. Now, on the 16th of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your 12th house will trine Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your 8th house. So 12th house and 8th house energies are trining. Now, it is Mercury and Uranus. Now, when Mercury and Uranus comes together in a harmonious aspect, it opens your mind to new possibility. So here you can get some insight into your financial matters and shared finances as well, and business partnership, gains through business partnership, and all that. So this is a very good and exciting time, and you should keep your mind open to new opportunities and new friends and new encounters during this time, and also engage with people on a soulful level, people who open your mind, people who challenge you, people who stimulate you intellectually. Now, on the 18th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo in your 11th house will trine Jupiter in the sign of Aries in your 7th house. Now, 11th house and 7th house both are related to social life. 7th house is your relationship, partnership house, and 11th house is your social circle and friend circle. So here, this is a very good aspect with Venus and Jupiter combining. Now, Venus, Jupiter both are beneficial energy. So it brings a lot of cheerfulness, a lot of optimism, a lot of warm and generous feeling as you socialize with your friends, within your relationship and all that. So it's less stressful and more relaxed kind of atmosphere during this time, Libras. Now, on the 28th of August, Mars will enter the sign of Gemini in your 9th house. Now, 9th house is the house of traveling, learning, exploring, expanding. It's the house of adventure, new people, new experiences, new opportunities, and all that. So when Mars enters 9th house, you are definitely very enthusiastic about these experiences. You are very active, you're very flexible, and you want as many experiences as you can have. Now, it is a very flexible Mars in the sign of of Gemini, but it is less determined and focused here. So it's very important to plan yourself, and whatever ideas and interests you have, it's important to channel them more positively and better in order to be more effective during this time. So if you're learning something new or you're interested in any subject, this is a good time to streamline yourself. Otherwise, you can feel a bit scattered. So definitely, even though Mars here is very active, it has a tendency to be ineffective because it wants to do too many things at the same time. So definitely, if you got any new opportunity coming up or learning or traveling opportunity, it's good to plan these things. Now on the 21st of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo will be opposite Neptune in the sign of Pisces. So that's your 12th house and 6th house axis in opposition. Now when Mercury connects with Neptune in an opposition, it can cause mental confusion, and this can cause relationship problems due to miscommunication and misunderstanding. So it's very important to filter through the background noise and really focus on what's at hand. Now, this combination can cause delusion and clouded judgment, so it's very important to stay focused and be able to discriminate between what's fantasy and what's reality. So it is in your 12th and 6th house. So it's again your work environment, your daily life comes into focus, and also your old habits and past patterns. So it's definitely important to reevaluate your situation better and just focus on the facts and figure to move things forward. Now, on the 22nd of August, Sun will enter the sign of Virgo in your 12th house. Now, Sun in Virgo is very much focused in organizing life, and in your 12th house, you're very much focused in organizing your private life so that you're stress free during this time, Libras. Good idea to look at old patterns, past pattern, and bring some kind of structure in order to move forward. So it's a good idea to prep yourself. Now on the same day, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your 12th house will also trine Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 4th house. So when Mercury connects with Pluto in a harmonious aspect, this is a great time to make an impact with your communication skills. And it is in your 4th house and 12th house matter. So again, your home environment, your own emotional self comes into play, and also your old habits and past pattern or past relationship. So definitely during this time, you can influence other people through positive and powerful and intense communication. So definitely it's a good idea to have honest conversation if there are any kind of family issues or family members related issues coming up. So it's a good idea to really focus on what you want to achieve, and your communication will be very positive and powerful, and your thinking will also be very much focused on resolving the matters and making an impact during this time. Now on the 24th of August, Uranus will turn retrograde in the sign of Taurus in your 8th house, in the house of shared resources and your value system, and also your intimate bonds. Now, Uranus is all about freedom, it's all about change. So, when it turns retrograde, your ideas and plan for change and freedom may take a back seat and may not be able to go forward. So, this can throw you off balance during this time. But it's very important to stay focused on your plan, whatever you're working on, and keep putting in the effort, especially in your financial matters. If you want a change, you want to bring a change going forward, Libras, keep working on whatever you've been working, whatever your plans for change are, and when it goes direct in January 2023, you will be able to explore new horizons, Libras. Now, on the 25th of August, Mercury enters your sign in your 1st house. So this is a fantastic time to express yourself freely and fully, because Mercury in Libra is very much focused on more rational approach when it comes to relationships. So as you connect with people, you're definitely very much interested in seeing the other side as well. Now, Libra, by nature, you already have this capability to see the other side. So here, this Mercury is going to definitely help you express what you want to express freely, and you will also be able to, accommodate other people's interest and expectations during this time, and will be very much focused on improving your communication style and the way you project yourself going forward, Libras. Now, on the 27th of August, there's a new moon in the sign of Virgo in your 12th house. Now, new moon is all about fresh start, new beginning. And in your 12th house, it's a very sensitive position of moon. So your subconscious self, you're looking for a fresh start in the way you perceive, in the way you think, in the way your whole existence, your inner self, your subconscious subconscious, your spiritual side. You're looking for a fresh start there. So in 12th house, a new moon can really empower you, Libras. So this is a great time to really release yourself from old habits, stuck habits, anything that is not working for you anymore, and really bring in new awareness, new change for your own well-being, your own life, your own self-awareness, your own development and growth, Libras. Now, in the last few days of August, Venus will be making some challenging aspect with Uranus and Saturn. So on the 27th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo will be squaring Uranus in the sign of Taurus. So that's your 11th house and 8th house energies squaring. So again, this is your house of social circle, your group activities, your collaborations, organizational work, teamwork, and all that, squaring with 8th house of building resources together. So when the when the collaboration house squares with the house of building resources together, there can be some sort of challenges in your unions or relationship or social circle during this time. And that can be due to unexpected events or information, or just your need for freedom and change in your financial matters. And you may lack patience during this time because you may feel confined in, whatever group setup you are. So here definitely there's a need to have more patience in order to move things forward. On the 28th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo in your 11th house will be opposite Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in your 5th house. So that's the 11th house and 5th house axis opposing. Now this again is your collaboration, your group work, your group activity, your contribution in a group setup versus your own expression, your self-expression, your passion project, your solo pursuits. So here there can be some kind of feeling of loneliness or sadness due to your inability to express yourself freely, or there can be some kind of creative blocks, or whatever you have to contribute may not be appreciated or recognized during this time. So you can feel sad, lonely during this time, or pressurized due to social setup during this time, Libras. And focus on your long-term goals, and all these efforts will pay off ultimately, Libras. So Libra, this was your August 2022 astrological forecast. Thank you. Scorpios, for you in the month of August 2022, there's going to be a lot of emphasis on your social circle, on your group activities, group work, your organizational work, your professional gains, your hopes and wishes, your future plans, your career plans, your business plans, and also your relationship and partnership, both personal and business. So the month of August begins with a conjunction between Mars and Uranus in your 7th house in the sign of Taurus on the very first day, on the 1st of August. Now, the energy is there in the last few days of July and the first few days of August. So this is a very intense energy, and it gives a strong urge to break out of any limiting situation, any limiting life situation. So here it's in your relationship house. So any kind of limiting situation or social setup or partnership that you may have during this time, you would want to bring some kind of change, some kind of excitement in that aspect. So whatever relationship goals you have or business partnership goals during this time, you are definitely willing to bring some kind of freedom, some kind of change, some kind of transformation. You want to pursue your goals, your desires, relationship desires during this time. So this is a very good time to bring about change, positive change, but also be mindful that Mars conjuncting with Uranus can cause recklessness. So there's definitely a need for self-control during this time, Scorpios. Now on the 2nd of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer is going to sextile Mars in the sign of Taurus. Now Cancer is your 9th house and Taurus is your 7th house, Scorpios. Now 9th house is about adventure, and 7th house is your social house, your relationship house. So here with Venus and Mars together, the yin and yang energy of Venus and Mars together in your 7th and 9th house, you will definitely be coming across very confident, very assertive, very adventurous, chasing your desires, your relationship pursuits, or your need for adventure or learning, traveling, whatever that might be. You're definitely very much looking for some kind of harmony in these energies, and you want to travel and connect with people, socialize with people. So definitely this is a good time to be more social, more affectionate, more confident, and more outwardly focused during this time. Now on the 4th of August, Mercury is going to enter the sign of Virgo in your 11th house. Now, 11th house is your social circle house, your group activity, group projects, collaborations, all that. Here is going to make you want to connect with the group project even more and really contribute what you can contribute to the best of your ability here. Because with this exalted Mercury in the sign of Virgo, you're definitely very analytical and you're very able to decide fast and make decisions. So, any kind of group activities or group projects that you may be involved in during this time is only going to gain from this energy. So, it's a very good energy to connect with people, be more social, and really intellectually engage with your social group as well. So, it's a very good time to plan your future, have some future plans, because Virgo is all about having goals, having monthly goals, achievable, attainable goals. And this is a good time to plan those, Scorpios. Now, on the 7th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus will be squaring Saturn in the sign of Aquarius. Now, Mars in Taurus is your 7th house, and Saturn in Aquarius is your 4th house. Now, the energies of Mars and Saturn here are squaring. So, with your 7th house relationship and home matters, there can be some kind of frustration due to your inability to express within relationships. So within your significant relationship, you may be unable to express your desires during this time, and that can be frustrating and can create some kind of issues in your home environment. So this can restrict any growth that you're seeking in relationship. So this can lead to some kind of restriction in home matters, and that can affect your relationship as well. So any kind of progress you want to make, whether in personal or business relationship, may feel restricted. Now, on the 9th of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer in your 9th house will be opposite Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 3rd house. So your 3rd house and 9th house energies are opposing. So 9th and 3rd house is your perception and thinking house. So here, when Venus and Pluto connects in an opposition, there can be intense pressure in close relationship, because there can be power plays, relationship dramas, or you may feel threatened or manipulated during this time. So with the 9th and 3rd house energy, the way you're connecting with people, the way you're communicating with people, and also the larger group, maybe a new encounters or new people, new friends that you're connecting to, there may be some kind of power play or in a social situation during this time, Scorpios. Now, on the 11th of August, Venus will enter your 10th house of career in the sign of Leo. Now, Venus in 10th house in your career house is very good time to put your best foot forward, because you will come across very efficient, very magnetic, very appealing during this time, and you will be able to impress your audience, authority figure, colleagues, whatever that might be. So this is a good time to really express yourself. And Venus in Leo is all about grand gestures. It's about voicing your opinion openly and freely and really engaging with people. And not just the work environment, this is also to do with any career strategy, any growth strategy that you want to work upon. Venus in 10th house will definitely help you understand what's important to you and what you value most. Now, on the very same day, on the 11th of August, there's a full moon in the sign of Aquarius in your 4th house. Now, Sun will be opposite in your 10th house in the sign of Leo. So during this Leo season, Scorpios, there's a lot of focus on your career matters. But during this full moon, there's a special emphasis on your home matters as well. So there's a need to take action and resolve any issues if there are in your home matters. So it's very important that you gain some clarity, some understanding of your home situation, your own emotional self as well, and balance it out with your career goals and ambitions. Now, Mars in Taurus in your 7th house will sextile Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your 5th house. So 7th and 5th house energies are sextiling with Mars and Neptune. So this is a very harmonious aspect. Now, with Mars and Neptune sextiling, this is a great time to connect with people on a spiritual level, on a soul level. And this can really feel very soothing, very healing as well, connecting with people during this time. This is good for your soul development and just overall development, Scorpios, because you're definitely very very sensitive to other people's desires during this time. And with 7th and 5th house energy, which is all about relationship and your loved ones and your self-expression and your creative expression and all that, this is a great time to really express your affection in relationship. And this Mars and Neptune together will definitely help you heal and, really understand and be sensitive to what other people's needs are. Now, on the 14th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 7th house is going to trine Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 3rd house. So that's your relationship house and communication and connection house. So with Mars and Pluto coming together in a harmonious aspect, this is going to really help you be more ambitious and more goal oriented during this time. You're feeling very assertive, the way you communicate, the way you connect. You're very assertive, very direct. You want to form relationship, whether it's personal or business, and you want to maintain harmony as well as you communicate. So definitely during this time, you are willing to compromise and cooperate with people, and you do not want to intimidate people during this time, Scorpio. So you're definitely looking for a more harmonious communication, connection, and relationship during this time. Now, on the 16th of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo will trine Uranus in the sign of Taurus. So that's your 11th house and 7th house energies trining. Now, when Mercury and Uranus connects together in a harmonious aspect, this opens your mind to new possibilities, new encounters, new people, new opportunities, new friends, and all that. Now, it is in your 11th and 7th house, which is fantastic because that is your social house and relationship house, partnership house. So here you're definitely very active and very excited about new encounters, new friends, new opportunities to connect, and you're feeling very social. You're very socially and intellectually engaged. So this is a very good aspect to be more open-minded and more social during this time, Scorpios. Now, on the 18th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo in your 10th house will trine Jupiter in the sign of Aries in your 6th house, Scorpios. So this is your career house, your vocation house, your public image house, connecting with your work, health, and daily routine house. So this is a very good aspect because Venus and Jupiter both are beneficial energies, and it brings a lot of prosperity, abundance, hopefulness, optimism, growth. So this will bring a lot of optimism, cheerfulness in your career matters, in your daily life. So you're definitely very social, very adventurous. You're more relaxed, more stress-free during this time because Venus and Jupiter together are truly blessing your career and your job, your work, health, and all that during this time. So it's a great time to mend relationship, work relationship if there are any issues. And it's really good to, socialize and connect with people, Scorpios. Now, on the 20th of August, Mars will enter the sign of Gemini in your 8th house. Now, Mars in Gemini is very versatile, very flexible. And 8th house is all about building resources together. So here, Mars is going to give you that active energy, versatile and flexible energy to work on your plans, on your goals, on your interest. But just be mindful that Mars in Gemini, though, is very active and versatile, but is also less determined and focused. So it can feel a bit all over the place kind of energy during this time. So in order to be more effective during this time, Scorpios, it's better to, have a plan, what you want to focus on, the goals, the plans, ideas, whatever that might be. Whatever you want to focus on, just make a list of it and just focus on a few things that you really want to engage in and take forward, where your resources building together or coming together for mutual gains is concerned. Now, on the 21st of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your 11th house will be opposite Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your 5th house. So that's your 11th house and 5th house energies opposing. Now, when Mercury and Neptune comes together in an opposition, it can cause mental confusion, and it can also cause clouded judgment and just lack of clarity. So 11th and 5th house is a house of self-expression and group expression. So here there can be some kind of misunderstanding or confusion regarding your role in a group or what you're contributing or your own passion, your own interest, your own self-expression. So it's very important to filter out any background noise during this time and really focus on the information that is useful in order to make progress, especially when it comes to group projects during this time, because Mercury is in the 11th house. So your mind is your thinking, is definitely on working in a group and collaborating. So any kind of confusion regarding your own self-expression can cause some kind of disharmony. So just be focused on what you're trying to achieve in group work during this time. Now, on the 22nd of August, Sun will be entering the sign of Virgo in your 11th house, Scorpios. Now, Sun entering the sign of Virgo is all about organizing your life to be more stress free. Now, it is in your 11th house. So, 11th house is again all about social circle, group project, group activities, your professional gain, your future plans, hopes and wishes, and all that. So, it's going to be all about these energies in the Virgo season. So, here it's a great idea to really connect with the group that you want to connect with and really be more practical in your approach and improve your communication with them and focus on improving your communication within your social setup. Now, on the very same day, Mercury in the sign of Virgo, again in your 11th house, is going to trine Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your third house. So this is all about communication, connection, networking. It's about your group project, collaborations, profession, and all that. So this is a very harmonious aspect, and this makes your speech, your communication very effective and powerful. You can actually influence people, and they will be very impressed with your communication, and you will be able to connect with them on mental level. So this is a good time to network or negotiate any deals if you're doing that. So it's a good time to really make an impact on other people. And if you're asking for favor during this time, you will definitely be able to impress people, whoever you want to impress during this time. Now, on the 24th of August, Uranus is going to turn retrograde in the sign of Taurus in your relationship house, in your 7th house. Now, Uranus is all about freedom and change. Now, when it turns retrograde, the freedom and change that you're seeking may be put on a back burner. So this can throw you a bit off balance during this time because you are exploring new ways of connecting with people, and you may not be able to fully be able to explore these new opportunities or new horizons during this time. But when Uranus does go direct in January 2023, then you will be able to explore new ways of connecting or forming relationship or business partnership. Now, on the 25th of August, Mercury is going to enter the sign of Libra in your 12th house. Now, Mercury in the 12th house is all about focusing on old habits, past habits, analyzing them, reassessing them, and reevaluating your life direction as well. Now, it is in the sign of Libra, so you are definitely looking at all the sides to make a decision, and you're definitely a little bit more rational as well in your approach, especially when dealing with other people, interacting with other people and all that. So definitely this is a good time to find harmony as you connect with people, and also within yourself. It's a great time to really go for what's best for you. Try to make decision after considering all the sides, especially where your well-being, your future plans, your old habits, releasing any stuck energies or or energies that is not good for your growth is concerned. Mercury will be able to help you reassess, analyze, and reevaluate any past situations so that you can overcome them and move forward, Scorpios. Now, on the 27th of August, Scorpios, there's a new moon in the sign of Virgo in your 11th house, in the house of your friend circle, your social circle, collaboration, organizational work, group activities, and all that. So this is a great time to set new intention where your group work, social life, collective work, and all that is concerned. So this is a great time to organize yourself as well, because Virgo is all about creating achievable, attainable goals, monthly goals, in order to be more effective. And here you're trying to be more productive in your group work, in your group activities. So definitely it's a great time to organize yourself and have better goals moving forward, especially for the 6 months after this new moon, when you will see the energy of this new moon unfold, Scorpios. Now, in the last few days of August, Venus is forming some challenging aspect with Uranus and Saturn. On 27th of August, Venus in the sign of Libra in your 10th house will be squaring Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your 7th house. So this is your career house and your relationship house squaring. Now, when Venus connects with Uranus, there can be some kind of stability issues in close relationship, because there may be a need to break free, or looking for excitement or freedom or change in the way you connect with people or the way you project yourself in career matters. So here you're definitely looking for some kind of freedom and excitement, or some kind of change, and this change can come about due to unexpected events, or some information or message may come your way. So it is a kind of a challenging energy. It's very important to stay calm, even if you think you're feeling confined in relationship or in career matters during this time. Whatever decisions you're making, it's better to be more patient during this time and let this energy pass before you make any decision. Now, on the 28th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo, again in your 10th house, will be opposite Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in your 4th house. So this is your work and home life at opposition here. Now, with this energy, you may feel a sense of loneliness or sadness. Now, with this energy, you may feel restricted in your home life due to your career matters. So there can be some kind of sadness or loneliness, because you may feel pressurized due to your family members or home situation, and unable to pursue the career goals, or unable to pursue the career goals effectively during this time. So it's very important to take a break, and if you don't want to connect with people during this time, it's okay to take a back seat and have your own time, your own quiet time, to recharge your batteries and connect with your inner self in order to make better career and home decisions going forward, Scorpios. So Scorpios, this was your August 2022 astrological forecast. Thank you. Sagittarius, for you in the month of August 2022, there's going to be a lot of focus on your work and health matters, your daily routine, your productivity level, your career matters, your professional matters, your business matters, and also your beliefs, your philosophy, your need for adventure, learning, and traveling. So the month of August begins with a conjunction between Mars and Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your 6th house, and this happens on the very first day, on the 1st of August. Now, when Mars and Uranus conjuncts, this gives a strong urge to break out of any limiting situation you have in life, especially where work and health matters and daily routine is concerned. So you definitely want to break free. You want some kind of change, some kind of freeing kind of energy where your 6th house matters are concerned. And you're quite excited to bring these change as well in your life. So if you want to change your job, or you want to bring some kind of change in your work environment or working condition, this is a great time to pursue these energies. Now, it is a very ambitious energy, breaking free, exciting energy, but it can also be reckless. So just be mindful of whatever you're pursuing, to have some sort of self-control and not take unnecessary risk during this time, Sagittarius. Now, on the 2nd of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer in your 8th house will sextile Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 6th house. So your 8th house, which is your shared finance, shared resources, your intimate bonds, connecting with your work, health, and daily routine house. Now, Venus and Mars together are the yin and yang energy. So there's a need to balance these energy to get the best result out of it. Now, it is a sextile aspect, so you'll definitely feel very confident, very assertive during this time in chasing your desire. So whatever you desire, whether it's financial matters, job matters, work matters, daily routine, your close relationship, all those, you will definitely be very keen in improving these energies and finding some sort of harmony where your daily life, your work patterns, and all that is concerned, Sagittarius. So it's a good time to take direct and assertive action, and you will feel a bit more harmonious where building resources together is concerned due to some positive result in your job environment. So you may get a job offer or an increase in pay in your job, like a promotion or something, and that can improve your financial standing and the joint resources situation. Now, on the 4th of August, Mercury will enter the sign of Virgo in your 10th house. Now, Mercury in Virgo is an exaltation. So in your 10th house, this is a brilliant time to really project yourself and really talk about whatever your expectations are in your career matters. Now, this is a great time to analyze and strategize your career move as well. So whatever life direction you want to take going forward, or if you want to change your current career line direction, life direction, whatever that is, this is a great time to think about it, put in the effort to make changes. Now, Virgo is all about precision. It's about planning. It's about having monthly goals and all that. So So in order to move up the career ladder, you may have to plan it out and set attainable goals. Now, on the 7th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your sixth house will square Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in your third house. Now, sixth house is your work and health house, and third house is your communication and connection and your daily environment house. So, when Mars connects with Saturn, now Mars and Saturn together in a square aspect can lead to frustration due to inability to express yourself freely, especially where your daily environment or your work environment is concerned. So, even though there is positive energy where your work matter is concerned and your career aspect is concerned, there may be some sort of hesitation where connecting with people or communicating is concerned. So, if you feel any restriction in your ambition, or if you're not able to progress, or you have some kind of issues or power struggle with authority figure during this time, it's important to take a realistic approach, be more practical and cautious in your approach where your communication style is concerned, how you're communicating. So just be aware, Mars in your sixth house is definitely going to give you a lot of opportunity to improve your working condition, because there will be a lot of work to do as well. Your productivity will be high during this time, but Saturn in your third house can limit your communication style, or whatever you want to express may not be understood properly. Now, on the 9th of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer will be opposite Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. So that's your eighth house and second house energy. Now, Venus and Pluto, when it combines together in an opposition, this can give some sort of intense pressure in your close relationship. Now, it is in your eighth house and second house of money matters. So there could be some kind of issues or power plays where money matter is concerned. So there may be a need to plan your finances, joint finances as well, and really watch your expenditure during this time, whatever you're spending during this time. So just watch out for any kind of jealousy or manipulation where your value system or intimate bond or money matters are concerned during this time, Sagittarius. Now, on the 11th of August, Venus is going to enter the sign of Leo in your ninth house. Now, Venus in the sign of Leo is very expressive. It's all about grand gestures. It's a very warm, generous position of Venus. So, in your ninth house of adventure, your belief system, traveling and learning needs, Venus here can really exaggerate your love for exploring these areas. So, you want to engage in adventure during this time. You want to explore, expand, travel as well, learn maybe something new. So you're definitely interested during this time to get more out of life, and the daily life, mundane life may not be as interesting for you during this time, Sagittarius. Now, on the same day, there's a full moon in the sign of Aquarius in your third house. Now, with the full moon in the third house, the sun is in the sign of Leo in your ninth house. So, ninth house and third house axis is illuminated here. Now, there is a special focus on the third house during this time. Now, Saturn is also there in the third house. So, you will have some kind of clarity regarding your communication style, the way you connect with people, your daily environment, your close ties, and all that. And that will help you understand or see the other side, or see the other people's viewpoint as well during this time, because this season, the Leo season, is a lot about seeing the bigger picture, Sagittarius. So just don't be consumed by your own opinion and your own what you are thinking. So there is definitely a need to be realistic, more practical, and also look at the bigger picture, and you'll definitely get some kind of understanding and clarity regarding the way you think, your own mindset, your own outlook during this time. Now, on the same day, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your sixth house will sextile Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your fourth house. So that's your sixth house and fourth house energy sextiling. Now, this is a positive aspect. Mars and Neptune coming together is a very spiritual aspect. It's all about being sensitive to other people's desires and other people's needs during this time, because Mars and Neptune together can have a very healing energy. It's almost like a spiritual warrior kind of energy. So here you're definitely looking for some kind of soul connection, and you're looking for healing where your daily life, daily environment is concerned, your home life, your family members, your working condition, living condition, and all that is concerned. So you're definitely hoping for some kind of relaxed time, some kind of alone time to yourself in order to rejuvenate yourself and recharge your batteries. Now, on the 14th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus, again in your sixth house, will trine Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your second house. So, when sixth house and second house energies trine with Mars and Pluto energy, this gives a tremendous surge for being more ambitious, more goal oriented. You are very assertive, very direct, where your money matters is concerned, where your job, daily environment, daily life, your routines, your health, all that is concerned. You're very charged up during this time and you want to succeed in these areas during this time. So you definitely will be very fired up to maybe get a new job or improve your working condition, to improve your financial situation during this time. So maybe it's a good idea to organize your life during this time, structure your day better, streamline what you do on a daily basis so that can help you have multiple streams of income, get more things done in a day. So definitely this is a very powerful alignment with Mars and Pluto, and you will definitely be very encouraged to achieve success, and you will be very much focused on your goal around this time, Sagittarius. Now on the 16th of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your 10th house, in your career house, will trine Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your 6th house. Now with the 10th house and 6th house, your career house is connecting with your work house, your duty house, your job house. So here Mars and Uranus together will open your mind to new possibilities. You are looking for new opportunities where your job and career matters are concerned. And it's also good to connect with people during this time who are stimulating mentally and really more mentally engaging during this time as well, who can open your mind and give you new ideas to express yourself, especially where your job and career matters are concerned. So you may come across somebody suddenly and they may help you with job prospects or career prospects during this time. So it's a good idea to keep your mind open and explore and make new friends around this time, Sagittarius. Now on the 18th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo in your 9th house will trine Jupiter in the sign of Aries in your 5th house. Now 9th house is a house of belief systems and adventure and traveling, learning and all that. And 5th house is about self-expression, creative expression, love, romance, your children. And Venus and Jupiter are beneficial energy. And in a harmonious aspect, it's only going to bring you a lot of optimism, abundance, prosperity, cheerfulness. So this is a very good transit to look forward to. And you'll feel very affectionate and welcoming as well during this time. So it's a good time to connect with people. Again, 9th and 5th house is a house of, love, romance, adventure, connections and all that. So this could be a good time to connect with people, have an adventure, and just be more relaxed and stress-free during this time, Sagittarius. Now on the 20th of August, Mars will enter the sign of Gemini in your 7th house of relationship and business partnership. So when Mars moves in the sign of Gemini, the energy of Mars is a bit more versatile, more flexible, though it has the tendency to be less determined and focused in the sign of Gemini, because Gemini is a bit kind of changeable sign. It has many ideas, many plans, many interests. So this energy is in your 7th house of relationship and business partnership. So here again, connecting with people, socializing, one-to-one interaction. So you definitely will be interested in connecting with as many people during this time. And you may be very much vocal as well regarding what you want, because Gemini is a sign of communication, and in your 7th house of relationship, you may be discussing a lot more things and you may go off on tangents during this time. So it's important to stay focused, and whatever you want to get out of your relationship, it's good to have honest conversation during this time and just be a little bit more focused to be more effective during this time, Sagittarius. Now on the 21st of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo will be opposite Neptune in the sign of Pisces. So this is your 10th house and 4th house axis, Virgo and Pisces. Now 10th house and 4th house is your career and home axis. So with Mercury and Neptune opposing, there can be some sort of mental confusion regarding your career matter, your home matters during this time. And this can be due to some kind of miscommunication or misunderstanding in relationship, close relationship. So definitely there's a potential for some kind of delusion or confusion or misunderstanding around this time. So it's very important to filter out any background noise and ignore any information that is not useful for you during this time, especially where your career and home situation is concerned. Now just remain a little bit more focused, more patient in order to get the best outcome. And this aspect can cloud your judgment. So it's very important to stay focused and discuss it with your family members if you need to, in order to get, the best outcome and the best option to go forward, Sagittarius. Now on the 22nd of August, Sun will enter the sign of Virgo in your 10th house. Now Sun in the sign of Virgo is going to make you a bit more organized in your career matters in order to free yourself. So you want to structure your goals, ambitions, whatever you have. You want to set goals for the future. You want to have a structured plan, monthly goals in order to achieve your targets during this time. So it's very important to improve your communication in career matters with authority figures and stay more focused and pay attention to practical concerns regarding your career matters during this time, Sagittarius. Now, on the same day, Mercury in the sign of Virgo, again in your career house, in the 10th house, will trine Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your second house. Now, this is a brilliant time to really influence others where your career matters are concerned and your money matters are concerned. So here you can definitely use your speech to influence others that can help you improve your money matters. So this is a very powerful, intense aspect, and you can engage with others on a mental level as well. So definitely a great time to ask for favor as well, and you will be able to get favors because people will be very impressed by you, the way you communicate and what you have to say and how you say it. So definitely a good time to, use your communication to improve your career and money prospects, Sagittarius. Now on the 24th of August, Uranus is going to turn retrograde in the sign of Taurus in your 6th house. Now this is your work and health house. Now Uranus is all about bringing change. It's about progress. It's about freedom. So when it turns retrograde, these aspects of life may be thrown off balance during this time, especially in your work and health matters and, your daily routine and all that. So in order to get the best results, it's important to stay focused and keep on working whatever you're working on, and just stay focused. And once Uranus turns direct in January 2023, then you will be able to take on new opportunities and explore new horizons where your work, health and daily routine is concerned, Sagittarius, and then you will be able to have more freedom in these matters. Now on the 25th of August, Mercury will enter the sign of Libra in your 11th house. Now this is fantastic time to socialize, to communicate, to network, to connect, to engage with new people, make new friends, group work, collaborative work, whatever that might be. Because Mercury is speech, and in the sign of Libra, it's very much interested in taking a rational approach in one-to-one interactions. And 11th house is the social circle house. So all these energies very much focused on being more socially active. So Mercury in Libra in 11th house is a brilliant time to see the other side and be more patient as well with other people's opinion in a group work especially. So if you're working together in a team, Mercury here will definitely give you that mental capacity to consider other people's opinion, and you will be more friendly and diplomatic during this time, Sagittarius. So it's a great time to, improve your skills, negotiation skills, communication skills as well, and make decisions after viewing all the sides. So definitely a great time for balanced approach where your group work is concerned. Now on the 27th of August, there's a new moon in the sign of Virgo in your 10th house. Now 10th house is your career house. So this is the time you can set new intention regarding your career matters. So this is a great time to have a career strategy, long-term goals, or especially the next 6 months goals, at least until the time there's a full moon in the sign of Virgo. So definitely a great time to really plan your career and really focus on the career growth. So definitely this is a good time to have some sort of new beginning where your life direction, career matters, your public image, and all that is concerned. Now, in the last few days of the month of August, Venus is being challenged by Uranus and Saturn. So on the 27th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo in your 9th house is squaring Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your 6th house. So this is the 9th house and 6th house energy of adventure and your daily structure. So the need to explore and expand is connecting with the house of boundaries in a challenging aspect. So here definitely there there would be a major desire to break free, to explore, to travel, but you may be limited by practical concern, daily job, daily duties, and all that. So this can bring some kind of challenges in your environment as well, or within yourself as well. So you definitely have need for excitement and freedom during this time, but you may not be able to pursue this because of this Venus in a square aspect with your sixth house Uranus. So just remain patient a little bit during this time, because once this energy has passed, then you'll be able to, do what you want and free yourself more. Now on the 28th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo in your ninth house will be opposite Saturn in your third house in the sign of Aquarius. Now, this can bring some sort of sadness and loneliness, because Saturn connecting with Venus in an opposition is kind of brings that delays and limiting kind of energy to what you love. Venus is in your ninth house, so you love traveling, you like to explore, and during this time you definitely want to do that. Now with the Saturn limiting these energies in your third house, especially with the way you communicate, connect, and your daily, maybe your daily environment, or you're not able to pursue, or you're not able to travel during this time. Maybe there are some kind of commitments in your close ties with your relatives, and you're feeling pressurized by people around you, and you're not able to break free and travel and explore and all that. So this is possible around this time, so you may not be able to socialize as you would like to. So just be patient around this time, because this energy will pass and then you'll be able to free yourself more, Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, this was your August 2022 astrological forecast. Thank you. Capricorn, for you in the month of August 2022, there's going to be a lot of emphasis on your creative expression, on your solar projects, on your belief system, your philosophy, your own perception, your need to explore, expand, and have an adventure, and also your shared resources and your shared value system. So the month of August begins with a conjunction between Mars and Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your fifth house. Now this happens on the very first day, on the 1st of August. Now when Mars and Uranus conjuncts together, it gives a strong urge to break out of any limiting situation in your life. So Capricorn, in your fifth house of self-expression and creative expression, there's definitely going to be a need to change and bring some excitement in your creative expression, in the way you express yourself, your passion projects, your interests, and all that. So this is a great time to bring these freeing kind of energies in your life. So any personal goals and ambition that you have, Capricorn, this is the time to get those things rolling. Now just be mindful, it is Mars and Uranus at the end of the day, so it can cause some kind of recklessness as well. So there is a need for self-control and not take unnecessary risk, and not to take unnecessary risk where you need to break free and go solo is concerned. Now on the 2nd of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer in your 7th house will sextile Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 5th house. Now this is the 7th and 5th house axis, and Venus and Mars are the yin and yang energy. So this is a brilliant aspect, and it's a very good transit for socializing, for expressing yourself. You will be more confident, more assertive in social situation, in love situation as well, because 5th house is also about love and romance. So this is a great time to chase your desire, especially where relationship and romance and having a good time is concerned. So you'll definitely be very affectionate here, and you feel more balanced with this Venus and Mars energy. So this is a very loving and affectionate energy, and you'll feel very much connected with your need to have fun and engage in your relationship and even with your children during this time. Now on the 4th of August, Mercury is going to enter the sign of Virgo in your 9th house. Now Mercury in the sign of Virgo is in its exaltation, so it's a good position, and you're in your 9th house, which is a house of your perception, seeing the bigger picture. It's the house of your belief system, your philosophy, the need to have adventure, learning, traveling, and all that. So when Mercury enters the 9th house, it makes you a bit more analytical and more detail oriented, where your need to learn is concerned, where you're traveling, your own belief system, perception is concerned. So you're definitely open to other people's opinion during this time and other people's perspective as well. So your mind is definitely very active, and you're focused on the facts and figure as well during this time, and you are analyzing any situations, especially related to learning. If you're going for higher education during this time, this Mercury in your 9th house would definitely give you better understanding of, going in detail and what is best option, which subject you want to pursue going forward. Now on the 7th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your fifth house will square Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in your second house. So that's your fifth house, and second house matters in a challenging aspect. Now, fifth house is the house of fun, it's the house of recreation, and second house is the house of money, your personal finance. So here there may be some kind of frustration. So here there may be some kind of frustration due to inability to pursue your goals or your passions, because Mars is in the fifth house and you do want to take these direct action where your personal passions are concerned. But with Saturn in your second house of money, you may be feeling restricted due to your money situation and unable to do, what you want to do where your personal passions are concerned. But Capricorn, once Saturn moves out of your second house next year after March 23, then you will be a bit less worried about your financial situation. And then you can really explore your personal passion, solo pursuits and all that. Now, on the 9th of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer in your seventh house will be opposite Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your first house. So this is your relationship axis being activated with Venus and Pluto. Now, Venus and Pluto together can cause intense pressure in your closest relationship. And this can be due to manipulation, power plays, or feeling threatened or jealous, or relationship dramas and all that. So here there's definitely a need to balance yourself. So here definitely there's a need for harmony in relationship and not to assert yourself too much, because Pluto in the first house can make you a bit controlling, Capricorn. So definitely this is a good time with Venus in your seventh house, which is a very good energy for relationship and committed relationship during this time. So just make sure there's no power plays due to your need to control during this time, Capricorn. Now on the 11th of August, Venus is going to enter the sign of Leo in your 8th house. Now Venus in Leo is about grand gestures. It's very warm, very generous, very confident, and very adoring and passionate as well. So with Venus in your 8th house of shared finances, shared value system, your intimate bonds and all, this can really give you this opportunity to look at these matters in a more glowing way and more passionate way. So you may be interested in some kind of partnership or coming together for mutual gains or investments during this time, or just, having a more passionate time within your intimate relationship during this time. So it is a very romantic axis, because Venus in Leo energy is kind of like a forever romantic kind of energy. So in the 8th house of transformation, psychological development, of intimate bonds, intimacy and all that, you will definitely feel a bit more passionate here. So this is a good time to express yourself in love and money and all that. Now, on the same day, on the 11th of August, there's a full moon in the sign of Aquarius in your second house. Now, full moon is a time of culmination, of clarity, of revelation. So in your second house of personal finance and accumulated wealth, there would be some kind of understanding, clarity to understand your financial situation. And Sun is in the 8th house during this time in the sign of Leo. So it is the money axis that is activated with this full moon. So definitely there's a need to balance between your shared finances and your own personal finance during this time. So this is going to really help you understand your financial matters and, formulate some kind of financial strategy, financial plan, your budgets, whatever you want to do. So this will help you understand your finances, and that can help you take away some sort of worry that you may have regarding your money matters, Capricorn. Now, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 5th house sextiles Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your 3rd house on the 11th of August. Now, when Mars and Neptune connects together, it is a very spiritual kind of energy. It's all about soul development and soul connection. This is the time you are sensitive to other people's desires, other people's expectations and their needs. So you will definitely enjoy of being serviced during this time. And it is in your 5th house and 3rd house. So this is all about being compassionate, being considerate in your daily environment, and also being in touch with your loved ones and your own passion projects as well. Now, Mars and Neptune can be a very artistic, creative kind of energy. So definitely this is a very healing energy and very creative energy for your expression, self-expression and communication style, Capricorn. Now, on the 14th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your fifth house will trine Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your first house. So with this fifth house and first house axis coming together in a trine aspect with Mars and Pluto, which are very heavyweight energy, very intense, powerful, very direct kind of energy. So here you will definitely feel a tremendous surge of ambition, of being, you will be more goal oriented, so you want to go after your goals during this time. You're very eager to succeed during this time, and it is your fifth house and first house, so there is some kind of connection with your passion project, your solo pursuits during this time, and it is all about yourself, how you project yourself as well. So definitely you'll come across a bit passionate during this time, more ambitious as well, and you're definitely willing to cooperate with other people as well to get things done and to achieve the success that you desire. So this is not a threatening kind of position, this is not intimidating position, because it's a trine aspect, so you'll be more cooperative and more into your leadership qualities during this time in order to get things done. Now on the 16th of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your ninth house will be trining Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your fifth house. So ninth house is about your belief system, your perception, and fifth house is your passion, your own expression. So when Mercury and Uranus comes together, here your mind will open to new possibilities, new adventure, new options, new friends, new encounters, new ideas, all that. So this is a good time to connect with people who are intellectually stimulating, Capricorn. So definitely it's a great time to open your mind and connect with new ideas, new friends, new discoveries, new adventure, and just keep your mind open to express yourself freely and effectively, Capricorn. Now on the 18th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo in your 8th house will trine Jupiter in the sign of Aries in your 4th house. Now Venus and Jupiter both are beneficial energies, and when they connect together it brings a lot of optimism, cheerfulness, hopefulness, and lots of affection and love. Now it is in the 8th house and 4th house of home matters, your family members, your home environment, living condition, and your money matters, your shared resources and intimate bonds. So this is a brilliant time to connect with your family members and create a happy home environment, Capricorn. And also your relationship, your intimate bonds here. This is a very good energy to socialize, have an adventure, be more relaxed and stress-free during this time. So this is a good energy for your home matters, your money matters, and intimate relationships, Capricorn. Now on the 20th of August, Mars will enter the sign of Gemini in your 6th house. Now Mars in the 6th house is really good to get things done, because Mars is energy and 6th house is all about your work. So here you will get a lot done during this time. Now Mars in Gemini sign is definitely very versatile, very flexible, very active, but it may be less determined and focused. So you will have a lot of plans and ideas and interests during this time that you want to engage in, and there would be a need to streamline these plans and ideas so that you can get something done, stay focused, and be effective in whatever you're trying to do during this time. So definitely it's a great energy to be more communicative, more mentally active, and put down your plans and structure your day as well. So definitely good energy to move things forward. Now on the 21st of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your 9th house will be opposite Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your 3rd house. So Mercury connecting with Neptune in an opposition can create some kind of mental confusion. Now it is in your 9th house and 3rd house, which is a house of your thought process, your perception, and all that. So here there can be some kind of confusion regarding your thinking process, your mindset, your outlook, your perception, your beliefs, and all that. So there may be some kind of miscommunication or misunderstanding in relationship, and this can be personal or business as either way. So it's very important to filter out any background noise and just be more focused on the information that's useful rather than useless information during this time, and just stay patient as well, and look at the details before making any decision. Now, on the 22nd of August, Sun will enter the sign of Virgo in your ninth house. Now, this marks the beginning of the Virgo season and it is in your ninth house. So, there's a lot of focus on ninth house now, and that is your adventure side, your need to explore, expand, travel, learn, connect with people from distant lands, or just your belief system, your perception. So, here there's going to be a lot of focus on these energy. So, it's a good idea to free yourself and do explore if you get the opportunity, whether it's physically traveling or even mentally traveling. So keep your mind open, Capricorn. Keep your mind open, Capricorn, in the Virgo season. Now on the same day, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your ninth house will be trining Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your first house. So this is ninth house and first house energies connecting. Now this is great time to really open your mind and be more flexible, and you try to understand other people's opinion, perception, and be open to different viewpoints, worldviews, and all that. Now, first house is about you, it's your self image, and Pluto has been in your first house since 2008. So it's transforming your sense of self, Capricorn, for many years, and it's almost towards the end of Capricorn sign. So you're almost towards the end of this great transformation that has been taking place within yourself and your own perception of yourself. Now, with this Mercury in Virgo trining Pluto, this is a great time to organize yourself, your life, and even the way you think. This is a good time to be open to other options and not to limit yourself due to rigidity or inflexibility. So definitely it's a good time to improve your communication and thinking style and your mindset as well, in order to free yourself, in order to be less rigid, and be open to various opportunities and adventure that can come your way, Capricorn. Now, on the 24th of August, Uranus will turn retrograde in the sign of Taurus in your fifth house. Now, Uranus is all about freedom and change and independence and all that. So, when Uranus turns retrograde, you may feel a bit off balance, where your need for freedom and change is concerned, especially where your need to express yourself freely and creatively is concerned, or your own passion project or your solo project and all that. So, with Uranus in your fifth house, you definitely want to explore new opportunities, and you want to do things yourself. You want to go solo as well, but this Uranus turning retrograde may kind of limit these changes. So just keep on working whatever you're working on regarding fifth house matter. And when Uranus turns direct in January 2023, then you will be able to explore new horizons and really put your ideas into perspective and pursue them, Capricorn. Now, on the 25th of August, Mercury in the sign of Libra is in your 10th house. So Mercury enters Libra on the 25th of August in your 10th house of career. Now, Mercury in your 10th house is a great time to analyze your career goals, where you want to go, what you want to do, going forward. So this is great time to really communicate and engage more in your career matters, and even with authority figure, because Mercury in Libra will make you a bit more rational in your approach while communicating with other people, especially one-to-one interactions. So you are definitely more friendly, more diplomatic during this time, and you're also willing to see other people's side. So in a career matters with work colleagues or business partners or authority figure, whoever that is, you are definitely focused on accommodating their viewpoint as well, and you definitely want to engage with them on a more harmonious level. So definitely it's a good time to speak your mind during this time, and also accommodate other people's opinion in your life, and improve your communication and negotiation skills as well, where your career matters are concerned, especially regarding career growth, career promotions, or just your life direction, wherever you want to go. This is a good time to analyze and reassess your life direction, and if you're happy with your current situation, and if you're not, there's a need to change so that you can bring harmony in your life going forward, Capricorn. Now, on the 27th of August, there's a new moon in the sign of Virgo in your ninth house. Now, this is brilliant time to start something new, where your sense of adventure is concerned, where opening your mind is concerned, where your belief system, your perception is concerned. So Virgo is a sign of productivity. It's a sign of being useful. So with new moon in your ninth house, Capricorn, this is a great time to bring new perspective in your life, and you'll feel renewed as well with this new idea, the new way of thinking, new perception, new philosophies, new belief system, and this will open your mind as well. So this is a fantastic time to, be open to other people's opinion, especially getting away from, the usual way of thinking or the mundane life, or, just what you do on a daily basis. So try to get away from that and really open your mind to new ways of thinking, your worldview as well. This is a great time to be open to different aspects of life, and bring a sense of adventure within yourself, Capricorn. Now, in the last few days of the month of August, Venus is being challenged by Uranus and Saturn. So on the 27th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo in your 8th house will be squaring Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your 5th house. Now, this is your 8th house and 5th house energy. So when Venus squares Uranus, there can be some kind of challenging situation in your relationship. So this can cause instability due to your need for change and freedom. So you are definitely seeking some kind of change in your 5th house matter, which is your passion, your interest, your talents and all that. So whatever that is, you want some kind of change. You want to express yourself freely. You want to express your own self. So that is definitely there. You are definitely desiring that. And with Venus in your 8th house, Capricorn, the financial boost in shared finances that you're hoping, or maybe inheritance or something you're hoping, may not entirely happen during this time because of this square aspect. And that can limit your need to go solo because of financial constraints and all that. So that energy is there in the last week of August. Now, on the 28th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo in your 8th house again will be opposite Saturn in your 2nd house. So this is also money constraint, money matter. So there may be some kind of financial constraint, personal finance constraint, and worry about money around this time, especially your own money and shared finances as well. So that is possible. And this can cause some kind of limitations, restrictions, some kind of delays in your money matters, or the desire to feel more free and you do what you want to do. That may be limited during this time, especially in the last week of August. Now, Saturn is in your 2nd house since December 2020, Capricorn. So you are feeling the restriction on money or delays in your financial growth. But post March 2023, this energy will shift and you will feel definitely a little bit more freer, and the growth that you seek in finances will definitely come after that. So just stay focused, work hard, and believe in yourself, Capricorn. So Capricorn, this was your August 2022 astrological forecast. Thank you. Aquarius, for you in the month of August 2022, there's going to be a lot of emphasis on your home and family matters, on your shared resources, your shared value system, your intimate bonds, and your relationship matters. Now, the month of August begins with a conjunction between Mars and Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your 4th house. Now, when Mars and Uranus comes together, there's a strong urge to break out of any limiting situation in your life. Now, it is occurring in your 4th house. So here you will definitely be desiring freedom, change, excitement in your home environment. So any kind of old energy, limiting energy, you would definitely want to break free of those energies here, because you're looking for some sort of spontaneity, some kind of surprise factor, excitement, just with your family members and within your home environment. Now, just be mindful that with Mars and Uranus coming together, though it is a very exciting and freeing kind of energy, but it can also be reckless. So be mindful before you take any unnecessary risk in terms of moving or changing things, whatever that might be. But it is a very exciting, change-bringing kind of energy. So do redecorate or refresh your house, but do it with a bit of self-control. Now, on the 2nd of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer in your 6th house will sextile Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 4th house. Now, Venus and Mars together is a yin and yang energy, and it is occurring in your 6th and 4th house of work and health matters, combining with your home environment. So this is a good aspect because this can make you really confident and assertive and very affectionate and loving in your home environment. And also you'll be able to organize your life, the routine, the habits and all that on a daily basis. So it's a good aspect to chase your dream and, really go after what you value, what you desire, especially in your work life or, in your health matters. If you want to focus on your health, improve your health, this is a great time to really be more assertive regarding your goals. And you will get some kind of emotional satisfaction as well going forward. And you will get some kind of emotional satisfaction as well during this time as you connect with people and socialize, especially bonding with your family members would be good during this time. Now, on the 4th of August, Mercury is going to enter the sign of Virgo in your 8th house. Now, Mercury is exalted in Virgo. Now, in your 8th house of shared resources, shared value system, intimate bonds, social finance, and all that, Mercury here can help you analyze your accounts, look at your finances. So, if there are any kind of issues financially, especially the resources or investment, or maybe loans or debts that you might have, this Mercury here can definitely help you structure it, plan it, and build some kind of financial strategy going forward. So if you do have debt and you do need to repay the money, this is a great time to really put down some goals, some kind of plan going forward. Now on the 7th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 4th house will square Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in your 1st house. So when Mars and Saturn comes together in a square aspect, it can lead to some sort of frustration due to inability to express yourself, whatever you want to express, the goals that you want to go after, the success that you want in your life, or the change that you want to bring in your life, the actions that you want to take, the ambitions that you have, feels restricted during this time. So the change that you want to bring in your home environment, or the action or enthusiasm, excitement that you have for your home environment, or changing houses or buying houses, whatever that might be, maybe it may feel restricted due to your own mindset, your own outlook. So your own mindset, your own way of thinking, your own way of perceiving things may be holding you back from making any emotional decision, or house or property related decision during this time, because Saturn is in your 1st house. So definitely there may be some kind of fear or self-generated obstacle during this time. Now on the 9th of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer in your 6th house will be opposite Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 12th house. So this is the 6th and 12th house axis in opposition here. Now Venus and Pluto together can create intense pressure in your relationship, in your close ties, because there can be some kind of relationship dramas or manipulation or power play. Now it is in your 12th and 6th house. So it's about the service that you provide, the work environment, the work colleagues and all that. So just be mindful, there might be some sort of pressure during this time, or there might be a need to maintain boundaries around this time, Aquarius. Now on the 11th of August, Venus is going to enter the sign of Leo in your 7th house. Now this is a very good aspect. Venus in the 7th house is really good time to really, express yourself, be more warm, more generous, more affectionate in your relationship, really connect with your relationship. So this is a great time to express what you value in relationship, and also understand the other side's perspective, and have honest conversation during this time, and connect with them more on a heart level, soul level within your relationship, Aquarius. Now on the 11th of August, there's a full moon occurring in the sign of Aquarius, in your sign, in your 1st house. So Sun will be opposite to you in the 7th house of relationship. So again, the middle of the month is a little bit about your relationship matters. So here there would be some kind of understanding, clarity regarding your own motivation, your own priorities, your own life path, the way you see things, that will give some sort of perspective within your relationships. So this is your opportunity to balance your relationship, Aquarius, and also look at what are your goals and ambitions and your expectation as well in relationship. So this will come to light during this time, and this will help you balance the relationship with your significant others, or even in business partnership situation. Now on the 11th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 4th house will sextile Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your 2nd house. So Mars connecting with Neptune in a sextile aspect can give you increased sensitivity. It can make you want to connect with people on soul level. Now it is occurring in your 4th house and 2nd house. So 4th house is your home environment. So here you will be definitely interested or wanting to connect with your loved ones more on a spiritual level, more on a soul level during this time. And you're definitely also very sensitive to their desires during this time. And all this will really feel very healing as you bond with your family members. Now on the 14th of August, Aquarius, Mars in the sign of Taurus, again in your 4th house, is trining Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 12th house. So 4th house and 12th house axis are trining. Now this is a good aspect because Mars and Pluto both are heavyweight energy. So here when they come together, it gives you a tremendous urge for ambition, to be more goal focused, to go after your dreams, to pursue whatever your desires are. So, whatever you want to achieve, this is the time to really go after it. Now, this aspect is not threatening, so it's not intimidating to others. So, you will be more cooperative to make things happen, to work out things. Now, this aspect is happening in your home environment and your own subconscious self. So, you already have been transforming subconsciously over many years, Aquarius. Now, with this Mars connecting with Pluto, this is a great time to really reevaluate your life direction, what you want for future, and connect it with your own emotional self, and what you expect from your home environment, or what other people's expect of you from your home environment. So this is a good time to make sense of your own self, your own emotional self, and that of the others in your environment. Now, on the 16th of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your 8th house will trine Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your 4th house. So, 8th house is a house of money matters, shared finances, shared resources, connecting with 4th house. Now, this is a time when you will have new ideas, because Mercury connecting with Uranus really opens up your mind to new possibilities. You want change, you want freedom. You want to bring about progress here. So you will definitely come up with new ideas to explore your money matters, and also, your emotional self, and also your emotional satisfaction, your inner contentment. So this is a good time to keep your mind open regarding money matters and your own emotional self, and whatever opportunities come your way, Aquarius, this is a good time to utilize that and be open to those opportunities. Now, on the 18th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo in your 7th house will trine Jupiter in the sign of Aries in your 3rd house. So this is your relationship house connecting with your communication and networking house. So this is a good combination, because Venus and Jupiter both are beneficial energy. So when it comes together, it brings cheerfulness, hopefulness, optimism, progress, prosperity, abundance. And this is in your relationship house and networking house. So this is a great time to connect with people, and this can be personal or business partnership, either way. And also with the 3rd house energy, which is the house of business dealings as well, short trips, your daily environment, communication, connection, and all that. So you will definitely feel like expanding and exploring all these options during this time, and it's a great energy to do that, because you'll definitely feel very adventurous and also very relaxed and stress-free during this time. Now, on the 20th of August, Mars is going to enter the sign of Gemini in your 5th house. Now, Mars in Gemini is very versatile, very active, and very flexible, but it has a tendency to be less determined and focused during this time. So, Mars in your house of self-expression and creative expression, you definitely will have many ideas, many plans, many interests, how to express creatively. So, whatever your passions are, whatever your interests are, you are definitely keen on expressing them, but it may be a bit ineffective because you have so many ideas. So there's a need to narrow down your ideas and really work on few ideas, and express yourself in whatever you want to express. So in order to achieve your goals and succeed, there's a need to focus and be a little bit more goal oriented with this Mars in your 5th house energy. Now, on the 21st of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your 8th house will be opposite Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your 2nd house. So 8th house and 2nd house is your money axis. Now, Mercury and Neptune together can cause mental confusion, and it can also lead to relationship drama or confusion within close relationship, and this can be due to miscommunication or misunderstanding, because Neptune can really cloud the judgment. Now, with the Mercury and Neptune connecting, there may be difficulty in differentiating reality from fantasy. So do filter out any background noise during this time. So regarding your money matters, there's a need to really understand what you're trying to achieve, what your goals are, financial goals, and where you're heading. So if you got any loans or debts that you need to pay off, or whatever that might be, whether it's money matters or shared resources as well, if you're building resources together, it's a good idea to really think over it and not jump into it without thinking, because there's a tendency to make wrong judgment during this time with this Mercury opposing Neptune energy. Now, on the 22nd of August, Sun is going to enter the sign of Virgo in your 8th house. Now, when Sun enters your 8th house of shared resources, shared finance, intimate bonds, social finance, loans and debts and all that. So this Virgo season, there's going to be a lot of focus on all these matters. So with the sun here, there's a need to organize your financial matter in order to be more stress free. So definitely there's a need to focus on practical financial concerns during this time, and be a little bit more detail focused, analyze your situation. So if there are any kind of issues in your financial matters, especially shared resources, shared finance, this is your opportunity to focus on and really put down some kind of financial strategy going forward, Aquarius. Now, on the same day, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your 8th house will trine Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 12th house. Now, 12th house is also considered the house of loss, of expenditure, expenses as well, because it's a house, because it's the last house of the zodiac. So it means releasing as well, and also getting rid of old habits and anything that is holding you back. Now, when this Pluto connects with Mercury here, this is a very transformative time, especially for the way you think regarding your financial matter. So this Pluto trining Mercury is going to transform your thinking regarding financial matters. And also it is in your 8th house. Mercury is in your 8th house, which is a house of transformation. So here there's a double energy of transformation. So definitely this is your opportunity to change your thinking, old ways of thinking about your financial matters. So definitely this is your opportunity to put down some kind of financial strategy going forward if you are in a financial crisis. Now on the 24th of August, Uranus in the sign of Taurus is going to turn retrograde in your 4th house. Now Uranus is about freedom, it's about change, it's about progress. Now, when it turns retrograde, these energies may feel off balance. So you may not be able to bring the change and the freedom that you seek in your 4th house matter during this time, at least not immediately or easily. So even though Uranus is retrograde, it's a good time to continue working on whatever you're working, and don't give up on the change and the freedom that you seek. And when Uranus does go direct in January 2023, then you will be able to explore, new horizons, new options, whatever you want to do, whether you want to bring some change in your house, or you want to change your house, you want to sell, buy, move, whatever that might be, then you will be able to, take things forward then. Now, on the 25th of August, Mercury is going to enter the sign of Libra in your 9th house. Now, 9th house is a house of your perception, your belief system, worldview, traveling, learning, adventure, and all that. So when Mercury enters 9th house in the sign of Libra, this is a great opportunity to connect with people, on a balanced level, on more harmonious level. So here Mercury is definitely very rational in its approach as it connects with people, especially one-to-one interaction. So here 9th house is the house of distant land as well. So if you're connecting or traveling with people abroad, or even mentally traveling or learning something new, this is a great time to take a more balanced approach to the way you perceive things, and also be open to other people's perspective during this time to renew yourself, your mindset, your belief system. So this is a good energy to really focus on balancing your way of thinking and accommodating other people's opinion as well. Now on the 27th of August, there's a new moon occurring in the sign of Virgo in your 8th house. Now this is a brilliant time to begin something new in your shared finances, resources, and all that. Now already there's a lot of energy in your 8th house in the Virgo season, and with this new moon there's definitely an opportunity to start maybe a 6 months financial plan, or even longer than that. But definitely with this new moon, if you start something during this new moon, you will see the results unfold over the next 6 months until there's a full moon in the sign of Virgo. So definitely it's a good time to have a financial strategy in order to bring, a financial boost going forward. Now in the last few days of the month of August, Venus is being challenged by Uranus and Saturn. So on the 27th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo in your 7th house is squaring Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your 4th house. So this is a challenging aspect connecting your house of relationship and the house of your home environment. Now when Venus connects with Uranus in a square aspect, there can be challenges or instability in your relationship or your home environment during this time due to your desire for freedom or excitement or change. So there can be some sort of instability in your home environment or in your own sense of belonging or stability or rootedness. So you may not feel as stable during this time as you would otherwise will feel. So definitely this is temporary energy, and it will pass, and then you will be able to use this to make better decisions going forward, Aquarius. Now on the 28th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo, again in your seventh house, will be opposite Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in your first house. So again, it's the same kind of energy, but this brings a bit of limitations in your sense of self and in relationship. So this can cause sadness and loneliness because it is Saturn, which can be limiting. So just be mindful, this energy will pass as well. So just stay patient and calm. And once this is off, and once this energy has passed, then you'll be able to make long-term plans, whatever you want to make going forward, Aquarius. So Aquarius, this was your August 2022 astrological forecast. Thank you. Pisces, for you in the month of August 2022, there's going to be a lot of emphasis on the way you communicate, the way you connect, your thinking, your mindset, your outlook, your perception, your relationship, your partnership, and also your work matters, your health matters, and the daily routine and the daily environment, the daily habits that you have. So the month of August begins with a Mars and Uranus conjunction in the sign of Taurus in your third house on the very first day of the month, on the 1st of August. Now, when Mars and Uranus conjuncts together, there's a strong urge to break out of any limiting situation in your life. Now, it is in your third house of communication, your outlook, your mindset, the way you think, your thought process, and all that. So here, there is definitely a need to break free from your old ways of thinking or any limiting situation that is not helping you grow. Now, you definitely want some change, some freedom in your thought process and also your daily environment, because third house also represents your neighborhood, your daily environment, your community that you're part of, and just what you do on a daily basis. So definitely there is a need to break free and bring some kind of excitement, change during this time. Now, Mars and Uranus can also bring recklessness and the need to take a risk. So just be mindful of that energy as you communicate and connect with people and what you are saying during this time. So though you do want to bring some kind of change in your mindset and the way you communicate, just do have some self-control as you communicate with people, and just be mindful of what you're saying and how you're saying it, Pisces. Now, on the 2nd of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer in your 5th house will sextile Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 3rd house. So this is your 5th house and 3rd house matters connecting in a sextile aspect. Now, Venus and Mars are the yin and yang energy, so there's a need to balance. Now, 5th house is your self-expression, your creative expression, and 3rd house is your communication, your thinking. So you will definitely feel very confident, very assertive to go after your desires, to chase your dreams during this time, especially your passion projects, solar projects. If you have any creative pursuits or solar pursuits, this is a good time to really channel that inner creativity and really connect with your inner self and express yourself freely as well. So definitely you're using your thinking, your thought process, your mindset, and connecting it with the way you express yourself. So this is a good time to really bring some kind of balance within yourself as you communicate and express yourself, Pisces. Now, on the 4th of August, Mercury is going to enter the sign of Virgo in your 7th house, in your opposite sign, in the house of your relationship and partnership. Now, Mercury is exalted in the sign of Virgo, and in your 7th house, this will bring good energy. Now, Mercury in the sign of relationship and partnership and one-to-one interaction, you're definitely very much interested in connecting with people on intellectual level, on, through intellectual pursuits, through mental interests and all that. So definitely there's a need to have honest conversation with your other half or significant others or any committed relationship or even business partnership, and really open yourself up during this time in relationship, and this is only going to benefit your relationship as you resolve any issues. Now, on the 7th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your 3rd house will square Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in your 12th house. Now, Mars and Saturn together in a square aspect can bring some sort of frustration due to your inability to express yourself freely or the way you want to express yourself. Or if you have goals and ambitions that you want to achieve during this time, especially in communication, connection, and business dealings and all that, this is due to your own subconscious limitation your own lack of self-awareness, Pisces. So definitely there's a need to look deeply into what you want from a communication or a connection, and really go deeper and reevaluate what you want to achieve, because Mars and Saturn together can cause restriction and can just stop you from achieving whatever goals and ambitions, or whatever you want to achieve in your connections and the way you communicate during this time, Pisces. Now, on the 9th of August, Venus in the sign of Cancer in your fifth house will be opposite Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 11th house. So this is fifth house and 11th house axis. So 11th house is the house of your social circle, your friend circle, collaborators, your hopes and wishes, your future plans, and all that. And fifth house is again your self-expression, creative expression, love, romance, and your children. So here with the Venus and Pluto opposition, there can be intense pressure in relationship or your social circle. So here there can be some sort of relationship drama or power plays during this time, especially in your friend circle or social circle, or if you're working in a organization, or within yourself as well, what you're contributing, how you're contributing within a group project. There can be some sort of imbalance due to power struggles. Just be mindful of this energy in the second week of August. Now, on the 11th of August, Venus is going to enter the sign of Leo in your sixth house of work, health, and daily routine. Now, Venus in the house of your work environment and daily routine can bring a lot of social activities around your work environment. So here definitely you can be more respected and appreciated in your work. So whatever you're doing, the service you're offering, or just in your work environment, you will definitely be appreciated here. So this is a good time to also ask for cooperation or come together to in a teamwork or whatever that might be. Now, there is a full moon in the sign of Aquarius on the 11th of August in your 12th house. Now, with the full moon in your 12th house, the sun is in the sign of Leo in your 6th house. So the axis of 12th and 6th house are activated during this full moon. Now, 12th house is about subconscious self. It's about past patterns, old pattern, the need to retreat for isolation, to spend time by yourself. So with the full moon occurring in your 12th house, you may want to withdraw yourself from daily activities, from people, and just spend time alone during this time, because daily happenings or whatever is happening, daily duties and all that can overwhelm you during this time. So you just want to retreat and take a break and just spend time by yourself during this time. And it's a good idea to do that as well, Pisces, because Leo season is a very busy time for you, because it is focused so much on your work and your daily duties and everyday activities and all that. So it's a good time to take break. Now, on the 11th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your third house will sextile Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your first house. So third house and first house matters are harmoniously aligned during this time. Now, when Mars and Neptune comes together, this makes you more sensitive, more spiritual, because Mars and Neptune together is a kind of a spiritual warrior kind of energy. So here you're definitely more sensitive to other people's desire, other people's needs during this time, and you want to be of service to other people as well during this time. So even though you have this need to take a break and retreat, there's this energy also to engage with people as well. So that's where you need to find a balance during this time, Pisces. Now, on the 14th of August, Mars in the sign of Taurus in your third house again will trine Pluto in the sign of Capricorn in your 11th house. So this is third house and 11th house energy trining. Now, third house is a communication and networking house, and so is 11th house. It's also to do with socializing, connecting, and coming together in a group activity. So with this energy of Mars and Pluto coming together, this will give you a tremendous urge to go after your ambitions, your goals. So definitely it's a good time to make things happen and really, follow your ambitions wherever you want to, whatever success you want to bring in your life. This is a great time to do that. And you can also ask for cooperation, because Mars and Pluto together is not a threatening aspect. So it's a good time to come together and make things happen. And it will also enhance your leadership qualities during this time. So definitely a good time to lead a group activities, or participate or communicate effectively within an organization or, group dynamic. Now, on the 16th of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your seventh house will trine Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your third house. Now, Mercury and Uranus together is a great combination because it opens your mind to new possibilities. Now, this is your relationship house and connection and communication, your thinking house. So, this is a great time to really open your mind to possibilities of connecting to people, having relationship, partnership. So you are definitely interested in as well in making new friends, being adventurous. You want new experience, new discoveries. You want new experiences. You want to connect with new people, have new relationship as well during this time, or commit to relationship or connect, network with people. So definitely this is good energy to be open-minded and explore as much as you can during this time. Now on the 18th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo in your sixth house is going to trine Jupiter in the sign of Aries in your second house. Now Venus and Jupiter both have beneficial energy, and connecting the sixth and second house of work and money matters. This is a really good time to bring in this positive energy because Venus Jupiter together brings a lot of optimism, cheerfulness, hopefulness, abundance, prosperity, growth, and all that. So definitely a great time to be appreciated in your work environment, and that can help you enhance your money matters. So during this time, you will definitely feel very much appreciated in your daily life, in your work environment, with work colleagues and all that. And this can help you get a promotion or a better job that can help you financially or in your sense of self-worth, Pisces. Now on the 20th of August, Pisces, Mars will enter the sign of Gemini in your fourth house. Now Mars in the sign of Gemini is very active, very versatile, and very flexible, but it has the tendency to be less determined and focused. So during this time, you may have a lot of ideas, a lot of plans around your home matters because Gemini is your fourth house where Mars is going to be on 20th of August. So there's going to be a lot of enthusiasm, excitement around your home matters, and you're definitely very eager to do things. Maybe you're redecorating or you're moving things around your house. So definitely it's a very busy time for your home environment during this time. Just be mindful that a Gemini energy can be ineffective due to having too many ideas and not being able to zero down on any of it. So the best way forward, Pisces, is to bring some focus in your home matters, and whatever changes you want to bring in your home environment, do it with a bit more focus. Now on the 21st of August, Mercury in the sign of Virgo in your seventh house will be opposite Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your first house. So this is the opposition in your relationship house and your self house. So with Mercury and Neptune opposition, there can be some sort of mental confusion during this time. And there's a possibility of relationship problems due to miscommunication or misunderstanding during this time. So it's very important to filter out any background noise during this time, and anything that is useless, any information that is not useful for you during this time, especially as you resolve any relationship issues or your own or establish your own sense of self. So definitely there's a need to understand this dynamic and be a little bit more patient as you make decisions regarding relationship, because there's definitely a possibility of misunderstanding with this Mercury opposite Neptune. Now on the 22nd of August, Sun is going to enter the sign of Virgo in your seventh house, in your relationship house. So this begins the Virgo season, and there's going to be a lot of focus in your relationship matter in this Virgo month. So Sun in Virgo in your seventh house, Pisces, this brings out your caring energy in relationship, and you want to prioritize others during this time, because Virgo is all about being of service, being productive, being useful to others. So that's the energy this Sun is going to bring in your relationship matters. Now on the same day, Mercury in the sign of Virgo will be trining Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. So that's your 7th house and 11th house energies trining. Now Mercury and Pluto together is a really good time, a very powerful and intense time to make these mental connection with your friend circle, social circle, collaborators or business partners or committed relationship, or any one-to-one interaction during this time. So here you can definitely make an impact or ask for favors from others, and they will be definitely more than willing to oblige during this time. So definitely this is a very good energy to, persuade other people or influence other people during this time. Now, on the 24th of August, Uranus is going to turn retrograde in your third house in the sign of Taurus. Now, it is a communication and connection house. So, Uranus is all about freedom and change, and you're seeking this freedom and change in your in the way you communicate and connect. So Uranus challenges your normal or traditional way of thinking. Now with Uranus turning retrograde, you may have difficulties in finding a solution during this time, maybe communication blocks during this time, or maybe some new options or unique options may come your way to resolve any communication blockage or connection blockage during this time. So during this time, definitely it's important to rely on progressive kind of thinking and not traditional kind of thinking. Now, on the 25th of August, Mercury is going to enter the sign of Libra in your 8th house. Now, when Mercury enters your 8th house, this is excellent time to do financial planning. So do look at your accounts, and if there are any financial issues or any things that needs resolving, this is a great time to do that. So definitely be more rational and logical with this Mercury, and a little bit more balanced approach is required because it is in the sign of Libra. So this is a good time to plan your finances. And if there are any loans or debt that you need to repay, then this is a good time to think about that as well, Pisces. Now, on the 27th of August, there's a new moon in the sign of Virgo. Now, this is your 7th house. So this is again a chance of new beginning in the way you connect with people, your one-to-one interaction. And you definitely desire to be useful, productive to others, and you want to care for others, especially in relationship. So here definitely there's a need to, think about your relationship matters or partnership or the way you share things in a renewed way. So because Virgo season is all about your relationship and partnership for you, Pisces. Now, in the last few days of the month of August, Venus is being challenged by Uranus and Saturn. So on the 27th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo in your 6th house is squaring Uranus in the sign of Taurus in your 3rd house. So your work house, your productivity house is squaring with your communication connection house. So here, the way you're coming across in your everyday environment, in your daily life, may be clashing with the way you think, the way you process information. And this can challenge the stability of your relationship. So any close relationship during this time may be challenged because of this old ways of thinking. So definitely there's a need to think in a new way, and anything that's not working, any old ways of thinking needs to be released during this time in order to bring more balance and harmony in your everyday life, Pisces. Now on the 28th of August, Venus in the sign of Leo in your 6th house again will be opposite Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in your 12th house. So this is again 6th house and 12th house axis opposing. Now, with Venus and Saturn opposing, you may not be very much interested in socializing during this time, especially in the last week of August. So here you may want to spend time by yourself more because you want to retreat, spend time by yourself. Maybe you want to recharge your batteries and re-energize yourself during this time, and you may want to withdraw from everyday activities and just basically people during this time. So just remember that these challenging aspect on Venus is going to pass, and once it has passed, you'll feel a bit more freer and ready to engage with people again, Pisces. So Pisces, this was your August 2022 astrological forecast. Thank you.